Time's up. Admiral.
Here it comes.
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f yourself. But go f yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob.
And then Monday
You let it happen, Adam. You let the reach around happen.
I don't know why I put that analogy out. It's just
I'm trying to get around that one and looking at the time so I can come back and clip it later.
Wait, you guys all have mobile phones, right?
I just use it to look at the weather and make a phone call.
Is weather what you call the hub?
I have a computer for that. I don't jerk off on my phone.
Adam, you being Worf is cultural appropriation. I won't.
Cultural appropriate my dick. I don't care. I will have earned my riches and my surly attitude by the time we get there.
If I were going to culturally appropriate your dick, you'd have to go get that surgery. To
good Lord, here we go.
Yeah.
And that is just.
Oh God,
those eyes, dude. Those eyes, man. Those eyes.
Pretty eyes.
I'm not looking at them eyes right now.
You know what?
I know, but she is a total package. She is a total package.
I usually think Ryan. I usually think Ryan is very cringe when he says this, but she can shit in my mouth.
Whoa, Dermy!
Why do you have to ruin this?
What the fuck?
Ryan says that shit.
Fuck,
Ryan says this shit.
If Ryan jumped off a bridge, would you jump off a bridge?
But you just
for her, yeah.
Would.
Here we are worshiping this beautiful woman, and you're talking about German shit eating. I mean, come on.
Listen. I will drag my ball sack.
No. Listen.
100 miles worth of
Shut the fuck up.
broken glass, salt, and lemon juice just to smell her farts.
We're not on your goddamn stream. We're on Adam's stream. We're
wow, I am.
Respect the man's house. You don't take shit in his goddamn fridge.
It doesn't get old. Goddamn, Dermot is worst yet best. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Mellow Mondays. I apologize. I have my profile avatar up because if you were on Roundtable yesterday, you know that my building internet decided to give me two middle fingers again and suddenly tank my upload speeds. So I'm in upload speed hell again. But the show must go on, and it doesn't change the fact that I will still have plenty to say on everything. I am joined by Devil. Devil, good evening. How are you?
I am doing well. It's been a busy day, but doing real good.
Yeah, we had some fun last night on State of Decay 2.
Yes, we did.
We proved that we're not afraid of juggernauts anymore.
Yeah, no.
I mean, for those of you who missed it on Al's channel, and unfortunately I can't. My recordings come up bad, so I stopped recording it. But you can go check it on Alf's channel, Horny Alf. We finished up our original map, and then we went into the new one. And our characters are so beefy and so well armed. When we have ammo, that's the key. When we have ammo, that we picked fight with juggernauts because we were bored just standing there. And at one point on the new map, there were two of them just wandering in the field. And I'm standing there goading everybody into it going, I want to shoot him. I want to shoot him. Let's go. And then we're all ready. And we killed one of them before he could even charge up the hill. And then the other one started trying to charge up the hill. And we all just kept unloading on it. We didn't even have to charge it when it hit its knees for the melee finish. It was great. And we even upped the difficulty level too. So I'm feeling pretty good about our abilities. We're
oh yeah. It's It's pretty impressive how much damage that 50 cal can do.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love my super shotgun because we went to kill one plague heart and everybody else is outside dealing with the swarm of red-eyed zombies coming in, and I'm just in there unloading on the plague heart. I took it out myself before anybody else could get in there. At one point I thought it was dead. I said, "Oh, it's dead." Everybody goes, "No, it's not. Keep going." Oh, okay. Finish unloading. And it was beautiful. That shotgun's incredible. I love it. It's a good time though. We'll probably be back not this weekend, and probably definitely not next weekend because that's Vegas next weekend. So I'd probably say 3 weeks. We'll probably be back in there. It's my guess.
Yeah, that's my guess too.
But it's a good time. You guys should check us out on Al's channel. And if magically I could record it, I would. But it's a fun time. Alf will probably be putting up some good shorts. So keep an eye out for those because he likes to put up the funny stuff. And it was good. We got a pickup truck with a snowplow on it towards the end. And Static got to drive it, and he was just mowing down zombies in the road. And we were singing the Mr. Plow song. So, it's a good time, guys. Come check it out. Just one of the many things we do as a circle. We game together, we hang out, we have a good time. And in the coming weeks, look forward, hopefully, on my gaming channel. I'll give it a try and see how it goes beforehand. If it's looking pretty iffy. Final Fantasy 14, that's coming up. Some of us are already in there. I was just telling Devil, I'm trying to finish Rebirth to get there so I can get done. But so I will tell this a little bit because some of you would have seen it last night live if Edman would go live, and Devin and I were just talking about this, and we'll keep going off what we were talking about because it was a funny discussion. If you've been watching my Rebirth playthrough, you all know that I'm working very hard to win the love of Tifa. I mean, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? She's a waifu. There's no negatives about Tifa. None at all. She's too nice. That's their negative. She's too nice, too forgiving of degenerates like us. And I'm in chapter 12. Chapter 12. I have arrived at the date night, the actual date night of Gold Saucer, and I have been working on affection levels. And the problem is this. Even though I have maxed Tifa's affection as I can see it, I also ended up maxing everybody else's affection. And at some point, somebody else got ahead. And when I went to open the door to see who was there, it was Aerith. Now, I'm spoiling this because I am recording this, but I stopped the recording because I told this Dev a few minutes ago, I do not accept this reality. I do not accept the reality that I'm going on a date with Aerith when I've been working so hard for Tifa. And there's a way out of this, and I'm trying to get myself out of it. As most of you know, if you were watching the streams, I completed all the quests. Quests are done. There's no more quests for influence. There's no more extra things here and there. So you would think, oh, Adam's locked in until he beats the game and can go to chapter selection and replay it and choose the date he wants. No, there is a way out of this, according to what I read up. If I keep doing synergy attacks with characters, it will increase affection levels. So I am out there now. I am level grinding, and using Cloud and Tifa synergy attacks in the hope that it will push her slightly ahead of Aerith. And when I open the door at one point, it'll be Tifa waiting for me in the hall and not Aerith.
You heard it, people. He's been grinding on Tifa all weekend.
Yes, okay. That happens. If I was grinding on Tifa all weekend, there would have been no round table. There would have been nothing. I wouldn't have showed up for anything. If Tifa was here and I could grind on her all weekend, I wouldn't be here.
Adam just comes on round table all dehydrated.
Wait a minute. Your internet's not really broken. You've got Tifa in your lap while you're streaming. No, I don't. No, I don't. But yeah, so there will be a delay in the next recording, release, or stream if the internet fixes itself of Rebirth as I try to right this ship so that because this is the one I'm recording for posterity and I want it to be that. Jay Fraser question: what happened with Get Rank last night, Devil? You can explain.
Oh, well, I set it all up and was getting ready to go, And Dermy had to drop out, said he had family stuff, so I didn't have a co-host, so I was looking all over for it, and it just didn't kind of come together. So there at the end, I had to just ixnay it. We're rescheduling it for after Vegas. Hopefully everyone's schedule will clear up and it'll be easier to get it all put together. But everything's ready, so when it does, I don't have to worry about making the list or building the list or doing that stuff. It's all ready to go. So
he just forgot to take the stream off of YouTube.
Yeah, I took it off StreamYards, but I didn't know I had to actually go into YouTube and take it down too. So that's why.
So it'll happen. It was just a scheduling conflict. So that's that. Hail to you guys in the chat. We're happy to have you here. Hail both to the goddess Legionist and good Sir Algrim the Strong, my mods, my regulars, here to keep the peace. And hail to Jay Fraser 360, and hail to the last Tolan. And hail to anybody else just watching, chilling out. Hail Masquerade, I see you there as well. We hope you guys have a good time tonight. We're going to try and entertain you. Samuel will try to make it later on, and we'll see wherever we are when he joins the conversation. Who knows? We never know where the show goes. I do have a couple of topics that are sort of topics of today, kind of carryovers from yesterday. And happy Easter to everybody. I hope you had a nice Easter if you celebrated it yesterday, whether it was just the hopping bunny type or the religious aspect. It's an important day to people of faith, and I respect that, even though it is not my faith. So, but there were certain things out there that was not respected, and we're gonna talk about it a little bit because it does touch on something that strikes fear in my little gamer heart. The BioWare thing. Did you see the BioWare thing, Devil?
No.
No.
I mean, I'm not remembering it.
Oh, BioWare made a tweet yesterday. I saw it. I ignored it, but then Geeks Gamers Daily talked about it, and I thought, well, shit, people want to hear us talk about it. So I'll bring it up. And the problem is that when they talked about it, they just talked about the woke political aspect. They didn't touch on how a tweet like that is going to strike fear in people like you and I who want the next Dragon Age game, the next Mass Effect games to be good.
Yeah.
So we'll go over that a little bit later. Let's turn that a little bit. Oh, well, here's the thing, Jeff Fraser. We don't tell Dermy when he fucks up on his titles until we're in the show, so that we can make fun of him for it. We don't do that. And there is likely not to be a mayhem because Dermy wants to spread democracy. It's that simple. Dermy wants to spread democracy. Also, I think the fact that he's getting ready to leave for Vegas, he's limiting what he's doing this week so that his wake sleep is not so crazy, and he can leave on time on Friday. And I'm sorry, no, he's leaving on Monday. Well, either way, he can leave on time this weekend so that he's not all crazied out. Because let's be honest, little Tyke, he needs to have his stamina ready because he's gonna have the shit kicked out of him during Vegas. And you guys are gonna do all kinds of horrible things to him, aren't you?
We don't talk about those.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. Yeah. Well, I look forward to the stories because, of course, I will not be in Vegas. I'll be right here. Hello, Ariel. Listen, I don't want to know where and how Dermy is spreading his cheeks. I don't want to know that. I don't want to know that at all. That's terrible. That's a terrible thought. Just horrible. But yeah, so when we were talking about my so insignificant troubles with Tifa and Aerith, it's insignificant, but it's important to me. Devil brought up a point about how in a lot of games these days where there are a lot of romance options, the games get very particular and give you very little room. I mean, Devil, you were telling me about what you did in Witcher 3 to get the most horrible ending I've heard to date about Witcher 3.
I don't know what choices I made wrong, but I chose Triss over Yennefer, and I don't know the other choices I did wrong, but besides that, but essentially Ciri dies, and Geralt's so distraught he goes into the cabin of the three witches in the swamp, and essentially commits suicide by beasts. Like the last image of the thing is it pulls back from the cabin and it's literally been surrounded by dozens and dozens and dozens of like baddies. and they're going in there, and he's just sitting in the middle of the room, ready essentially to die. So yeah, I don't know what I did wrong.
I
but
don't
did wrong.
know. I said I'm gonna ask Jed about that one, because Jed would know the exact answer to what you did to get that kind of ending. So that'd be funny. And that got me thinking that that sometimes games are finicky and they cheat in some romance options. I've played many a game where you have romance options, and I've been at points where you miss an opportunity to do something and doesn't happen. But one of the ones that sticks out to me the most, and one day we will try and rectify this. Some of you understand what I'm saying in a second. On my main character playthrough, when I was playing Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMO, those of you who watched my playthrough last year when I did Jedi Knight, you can romance your Padawan, Kira. And I did that in my original game. We even got married, all that kind of stuff. But then when the game continued and she kind of splintered away from your storyline, a particular a Sith called Lana Beniko gets introduced in one of the expansions. And by the time you get to the a later expansion where there's a big time skip because you've been in hibernation and basically the game reorganizes your companion crew. Kira's no longer there. And when you are on that timeline, you have a chance to romance Lana. Now, I looked at that as, wow, she's my dark Sith lover, and she's great. And she's not so much an evil Sith, but she's one of those Sith that kind of rides the line and is completely loyal to me and not to the Sith Empire. So she's ride or dying with me, and everything was going fine. And then I realized after a certain point when I was playing it that, I mean, I had kissed her, I had done all kinds of stuff, I had done some things, but apparently somewhere along the way, I had answered one conversation option wrong, and it derailed the entire romance. And then because then Kira comes back, and she wants to pick up where we left off, and I had it all worked out in my head that if Kira's coming back, I was going to see it's a separation thing. You know, the fire's just not there anymore, and we both moved on. And no, she wants to continue. So, and I realized, wait a minute, what happened with Lana? What we were rocking and rolling. It was great. And then I looked up, I was like, wait, I made this one wrong, just answer on the conversation wheel, and it derailed the whole thing. And I was so pissed off. So if we ever go back to it, and we will someday, I'm sure, and we keep replaying the Jedi Knight that I chose, that I created for you guys on our playthrough, I'm going to be trying to make sure I don't screw it up with Lana, because you'll notice, if you know, on that one, I didn't romance Kira. I didn't romance anybody on that one. I stuck it out because I'm aiming for Lana. But it's these where they have these one little things they don't let you know either, that it's an important moment. And it's like, God damn it. God damn it. Wait, what? What are you talking about, Ariel? I kissed his daughter frozen time. What are you? No. Listen, no, there is no incest going on here. There is no incest. This is not some sort of weird dermy fantasy, okay?
If you're put in a situation where you have to say there's no incest, there might have been incest.
I didn't have there's no Jedi Knight kids. The game didn't happen. No, no, I don't. Wow, it caught me off guard there. I don't know. I'm frozen in time because I kissed my daughter. Where did that even come from? This is Star Wars. There's no freezing in time. I was locked in carbonite.
Ariel's so pissed off about the Star Trek game he refused to play. She's starting to make up lies.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Hey, Static, and howdy, Kale. I see you there as well, coming in. Yeah, I don't listen. There was I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm so thrown off by this. I don't know where to go. I'm discombobulated. I'm distracted. I don't know what's happening anymore. I need a life preserver. I need a lifesaver. I don't know where to go now. Maybe I'll just bring up a dumb topic to save us here. I'll problem is my topics are all angry thing. I have a top 10 list tonight, but it's not the type of type 10 list that's going to make us angry. It's going to be, we agree with the top 10 list from Shill Rant, but it's out of order, in my opinion. It's completely out of order.
Well, we usually wait for Sam anyway.
Yeah. He's not going to hate me for that. I don't think he's going to hate me for this one. I don't think so. Because again, it's this. Lana is not Kira's daughter. She was alive before the time skip. She's a grown woman. No, Kira's younger than Lana. Kira's like in her early 20s. Lana's easily in her late 20s, early 30s. No, she's not her daughter. Didn't happen. Hey, all right. You could go watch the streams. They're still on the channel here, Ariel. You can watch the SWTOR stream recordings. They're all here. No. There is no top 10 excuses. There's only one excuse. I don't want to right now. That's my only excuse. And also likely that dude is probably likely never to upgrade his mod because support for that game has died. Nobody's making mods for it anymore. Paradox is not updating it anymore. So Lana is not mom. You're not letting this one go, are you? Not letting this one go. I got to do something to get her mind on something else. I have nothing stupid from Twitter either to change it either. I have nothing to derail this. I'm in trouble, Devil.
Whoa. Did you hear that another ship crashed into a bridge?
What? No.
Yeah, in Alaska, I guess. Another big old barge crashed into another bridge.
Listen, I was already sus the first one. I don't care what anybody says. It's pretty sus from what I watched. If another one happened, that's double sus.
Yeah. And there's this one video this guy did where he said 2 things happened that they aren't telling people really. 1, 2 minutes from the black box, because these ships have black boxes like planes. 2 minutes from the black box is missing. Just happens to be the 2 minutes before the crash. And they can't blame it on the power outage because these things, just like in planes, have to have their own source of energy so that it's preserved if there is a power outage or whatever. So 2 minutes right before the crash. And then he said also, they said that they dropped the anchor on the starboard side, I believe is what I said. And that it's the left side of the ship. Drop the left side anchor. But yet the video shows the barge turning right, which is impossible. Once a ship drops the anchor, the ship tends to, if it's at full speed,
it'll shift in that direction.
Yeah, it will turn. Yeah, exactly. So physically, that's impossible. It's something in motion tends to stay in motion, or whatever that is. It's a law of physics. Inertia, I believe it's called. Anyway, there's no way that it going at its speed, if they drop the anchor, that it wouldn't throw the back end around by turning left. It just wouldn't. It's impossible. So there's conspiracies, but
I don't like to play conspiracy theory games, but this whole thing is sus.
Yeah.
All right, it's April Fool's Day. That's why I was asking you if this is serious, because it is April Fool's Day and we're having. But I really hate today, especially as a YouTuber, because I can't trust anything today. I can't trust it. I trust nothing. And thankfully, I had stuff to re-upload. But there's one thing here that I guess is not April Fool's, and I was looking at this a little earlier and realized, okay, here's something that'll distract Ariel. I realized, hey, this will distract Ariel. You remember have you seen the true life stuff of that pair of conjoined twins that has survived all this time? The two girls. Yeah.
Well,
one of them got married recently, and of course they social media'd about it. And you got to wonder, okay, how's it going to work? Well, apparently they've replied. People have been asking how it works. The one that got married has replied. So they got married to that dude. Hang on, I'm on the wrong window. Hold on.
Did they get married, or did one of them get married?
One of them get married. Okay. And people, of course, been asking, how does this work? How does this work? You share literally everything.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to question anything here. Love is love. Fall in love, great. But and I only know I found this because, of course, goddamn Raster had to reply to this. So that's how it ended up on my feed today. So thank you, Raster, for this one. So they answered. Because everyone is asking, we're just going to tell you, yes, I have sex with my husband. Yes, I go down on him. Yes, my sister Brittany is there. So pretty much, yes, they're always going to be there.
Well, which one's the one? Which one's the wife and which one's the...
I think it's this one. I think she seems the happiest to be there today. Be there. So yes, I go down. Yes, Brittany's there. Yes, my sister and I orgasm is one. But when I sleep with my husband, she's usually reading a book or listening to a true crime podcast. She just puts the pleasure out of her mind.
Like, okay, that's so weird. Like, okay, I would get it if you say, okay, because you are married like that, I have to only marry one legally. You know, don't want to bigamy or whatever you call it, or polygamy or what it's called.
Polygamy. So
you have to marry one, but I would just be like, why don't because like, I mean, I don't want your sister to then get married. I know that's kind of selfish, but then he goes and plows my wife. It's like, oh, so which one of the her tonight? Like it's kind of odd.
Can you guess what Raster said?
I
wonder if his I don't know if his is the, I don't know if his is the Here's Raster. What if the unmarried sister wants some BBC?
That's so gross.
Thank you, Raster.
So the point is like, you think they would just be like, okay, you'd have to be with both of us. You have to kind of acknowledge us both as your spouse, right? And just make it like, because it just, otherwise it's going to be so weird, dude. I don't want to fucking be sitting there with the dude saying, no, dude, Tuesday is my night to plug our wife. Like it just, so I don't know, but also, yeah, she's totally reading a book. That would totally make me feel
now,
good.
This is April Fool's Day. So, actually, they posted this on March 30th. So they didn't post it today. This was posted 2 days ago. So somebody's saying not real. I'm for the sake of this segment, I'm going to say this is real.
Otherwise it sucks.
But it said, I always wondered about these two. Whenever I saw them, like, what happens if one of them decides to get married? And I guess is it. And bravo to this dude.
Yeah.
I mean, congratulations. Also, I would have to say there is probably a kink in here somewhere.
Well, yeah, some sort of weird stuff.
There's some sort of kink in there.
But I mean, if he loves him, love is love. But like I said, it's just so weird. Like, oh, I do go down on my husband. So you're sitting there giving him oral, and his balls are just flying past your sister's face.
You're forcing her. She's forcing her sister just to go down as guys. I don't think she can read a book while that's happening.
So damn it, your balls keep tapping on the Kindle and I'm losing my page.
I mean, it's just I gotta be honest, these are thoughts Dermy needs to have. These are not thoughts I want to have. These are not things I even want to think about.
And not to mention, like, do you even consult your sister? Like, if you're sharing the same, bottom half there, do you go, is it okay if I have sex with my husband? Because I mean, otherwise you're just like dragging her along for the ride. It's kind of fucked up.
What if one of them's on their period and the other one isn't?
Well, if they share the same thing, I'm guessing it's the same time for that. But like, also, like, what if one sister's all like, yeah, we definitely got to do anal, and the other sister's all like, stay away from my butt. Like, what do you do?
What if they only have one butt?
I think they do. I think their whole lower half is essentially one person.
I don't want to have these thoughts.
So it's like, I don't know. Yeah, like, where's the lines drawn? Do they like? You think they would work this contract up pretty early in the like when they hit puberty, go, okay, where we stand on all this shit? Because I'm into this. Are you? Because some guys are gonna want to do it.
You got to think. There's got to be a way. Is there a way to make one of them go to sleep while the other one's awake?
Straight drugs the other.
And then is it date rape if that happens?
She's all like, why am I so groggy? The other sister's all like, I have no idea.
I consented, but I didn't. Tough.
Yeah, I don't know if I like, even if I like the girl, I'd be like, this is such a murky area. I don't know if I feel comfortable. Sorry.
I know. This is too weird for me, man. I just want one woman, not that I'd be averse to two women at once, but I not like this. Not like this. Not like this.
Yeah. I and like I said, I hate that because it's like they showed this one freaking video of this girl who has that disease that where you don't age right. And so even though you're like 35, you look like you're freaking 15.
Yeah.
And I feel so bad because she was getting rejected by dudes because they're like, oh, I know you're 35. That's great, but I don't want people looking at me like I'm some
not into lollies.
Yeah, I'm and I felt so bad. And it's the same thing with them. It's like I feel bad that they're in this situation, and obviously they deserve love and stuff, but at the same time, I don't know if I could fucking look past the odd questions that I would be going through my head.
Yeah.
Thing, so.
I mean, I'm just not into it. And I'm happy that at least two people in this picture found love.
Yeah.
And Raster's joke is a legitimate joke, though. What if the other one? I mean, granted, it's not like she can go off and meet somebody else without the other one there. But what if she wants to get married to a dude?
What if she's a lesbian? Then the other straight sister has to straight rub beeves with a girl because her sister's into it. Like this gets so odd, man. This could be a soap opera in itself.
I know. I know. It's just, what if I do not know if their reproductive system works.
Oh, Ariel. Don't
no.
What the hell is wrong?
Listen, there's such thing as the devil's threesome, but no. But I don't know how the reproductive works.
But if it does happen, I get the one with the upright head. Just saying.
I don't want to play that game. I don't want to play that game at all. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna ruin this for everybody. I'm tagging in Dermy and I'm leaving.
Oh no.
Problem is Dermy's looking at you more than them.
No, I'm never. Jesus, I am that. No, no. There, yeah. If Dermy ever sleeps with a woman, which we know is not going to happen because they scare him and he's sickened by him. But if that ever happened, that girl I'd never even hit on.
No, sorry. I'm sorry, but you've been spoiled for humanity. I can't go near you.
Yeah, I don't care if it's the hottest chick on earth and she's all like, I want you so bad, Devil. I'd be like, sorry, you're ruined.
You're ruined.
Put a quarantine sign over your womb.
Well, think about it like this. It was so small, maybe it really didn't do anything because it was Dermy. Hi, Dermy. You want to defend yourself? You need to be here. But yeah, this is. I agree. We have so many questions and not enough answers, and I'm not sure I want the answers, but I hope they're happy, and I do question this dude though. I do question him because this is so wrong. I mean, you got to think about it like this too. There's all kinds of things. Let's say something bad legal happens. Maybe he does something. The wife half, that's so weird to say that. The wife half is bound by what is the
where your wife can't testify against you, or a spouse can't testify against you.
Yeah, spousal privilege.
The sister doesn't.
But the sister might have heard it too. And then she would have to testify because she has her own brain. They may share their law, but
legally they're two separate people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That is like I said, it's just you really have to love that girl to go through it, because like I said, there is so many questions and so much weird, just awkward situations that when like when you put your arm around your wife, you're technically putting your arm around her sister. This is kind of weird for me. I don't know. It would be very, but
this is not a Doublemint commercial, Ariel. This is something that we're really concerned about. These people, they have a lot of they might have a lot of problems one day. If this guy kills somebody and the one is okay with the other one isn't, he's gonna go to jail.
Question.
Okay.
Okay. Do they each control an arm, or do they one control both of them?
All right. Let me dig into my memory because I've watched their specials on TLC way in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I was one of those weirdos who it's 3 a.m. I've got nothing else. There's something else to watch, but I can't go to sleep, and I would stop on TLC and watch their weirdo shit like this. I was one of those guys. Remember my 600-pound life and that kind of shit. I would watch that shit. It was just I'd be sitting there. I'm half awake. I'm too tired to move. I can't fall asleep. There's nothing else on. And of course, once in a while, one of the things about these sisters would come in. That's how I know them. And I think they each control an arm. Because there are only 2 arms. There's only 2 arms.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get back to that.
Okay.
You're tired. It's the middle of the night, and you're watching TLC. Why don't you touch your penis like a regular dude, man? What the hell are you watching TLC?
Okay. I've already done that, devil. Okay, the computer's in the other room. I'm lounging in the chair watching television. This is when I still had terrestrial cable when I did all my media watching in the living room. Computer's in another room. I've already touched myself.
Fair.
I've touched myself for the night, and I have no one else to touch me. Okay, I'm alone. I'm lonely and alone. So I'm just bored, and I'm watching this shit because it's darkly fascinating. Okay, come on. Watching 600-pound life was darkly fascinating. Watching these giant land beasts treat their bodies with such disrespect, and they try to lose weight to get the lap band surgery, and then they get it, and then half the time they break the rules and it bursts, and it's terrible. It's horrible.
Oh, God.
It's terrible.
But back to the arm. If they both control an arm, wouldn't it be kind of awkward if like your wife's like freaking giving you, the little tug, and all of a sudden you feel the second arm like grab, you do something that's unexpected, and you're like, what do I say something?
All right. So like the sister who isn't married decides to actually get in on it and go for his starfish.
Yeah.
Like, wait. That I didn't ask you to do that.
Yeah, because you don't want to be like, oh my God, she just stuck her, where, and then all of a sudden they're arguing, and I mean, because it's not like one of them could leave the room, or you could ask one to move out. They're, it's a package deal.
Yeah.
So like, what do you do? Like, do you just go, okay?
I don't know. All right.
Or
and,
like,
and what if one of them? What if the sister you're not married to starts to abuse you? And you fight back? Is that does that count as spousal abuse if you're on her end and your end? We're getting dark here. This is taking a dark turn.
Yeah, like if the sister is like verbally abusive to you, but there's nothing you can do because, like I said, it's not like you can kick her out. So it's like she like every day you're just eating your breakfast and you like, I love you, honey, and then her sister goes, "You're a fat piece of shit. Burn yourself alive." And you go, What? Like, there's nothing you can do. It's not like you can.
Yeah, because in the end, she's gonna chew hoes before bros because
she has no choice.
There's no choice. How do you Okay, that's a good one. How do you file the taxes? I mean, it's that time of year. That's a good
She's
question.
a dependent. She counts as a dependent.
We're dependent. Yeah, she needs my organs, and I need her organs. We share a hoo-ha. And I mean, is she there? Does she count as their child? No, this is horrible. Oh my goodness, there's so much wrong with how we're analyzing this.
He can literally tells people, "Yeah, I give my wife an orgasm and her sister at the same time."
Oh man, I'm that good. I'm that good, and I only have to F one of them to make it happen. But yeah,
I fuck my wife so good she gives her sister orgasm.
What if one of them files taxes and the other one doesn't do it properly? What if one of them has to go to jail and the other one didn't commit the crime? Like, what if the one hand commits the crime that the one controls and the other one doesn't? How does this work?
They point at each other. It's all like the knife was in the left hand. No, it's in the right hand. Okay. Who stabbed him? She stabbed him. No, she stabbed him. It's like deniability, plausible deniability or whatever, like built in. Like seriously. All you can prove is that their body had the knife, but which one did it? Which brain was
it's
the
our
murderer?
third sister who lives in between us. You just can't see her head. It's her fault. Yeah, that's it. That's wrong. I shouldn't have said that. That's terrible. I don't regret it though.
All jokes aside, God bless these women. I hope they have a great life.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta understand. We're doing a YouTube thing here. We're not taking this seriously. We're poking fun.
We're
We're
into
not
dark
directly,
humor.
Yeah, this is dark humor. We're not directly attacking these people. We're trying to make this. I mean, listen, they opened the door. If this is real, they opened the door. Okay, we just walked through and made it worse.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I live in hell, and Adam's definitely going there, so it's all good.
Dude, I've been going to hell by association a long time ago. Even before I met you guys, I was going to hell by association. I've been a part of some fucked up shit. Nothing that committed a crime, just some fucked up shit. I've been there.
Not that they could prove.
I've seen some shit. I said, all right. Well, best of luck to these people. I wish them well. And God damn it, wrong button. Son of a bitch. There we go. Best of luck to all of them. And I hope one of them doesn't commit a crime, because then that whole entire situation is going to get fucked.
If one of the Minecrafts, it probably would kill them both.
Yeah.
Because if organs like rely on both of them, like one of them has one lung, one of them has the other lung, their heart kind of is in between. It like depends on where it's divided. But yeah, if one of them dies, it very well could draw the other one in. I think they're that famous brothers, Siamese twins, the ones that were real old in black and white photos. One of them died, and literally within an hour, the other brother died. So I'm pretty sure that both go.
Yeah, because I would assume that both brains are controlling the entire nervous system and the entire circulatory system, and the shared organs at the same time.
Yeah,
so it takes both brains to make the body work. So if one passed on, the other one probably wouldn't survive much longer, which is, I mean, now that's all joking aside, that is a frightening possibility and a scary thing. And these chicks have beaten the odds, though, I believe, in terms of how long they've lived. They've beaten the odds. They've lived far longer than people originally thought they would. And they've been long enough, at least for one of them, to get married. And, mazel tov, enjoy your life. I just never really wanted to know how you had sex. See, that's the thing, Devil. Never once would I have even thought to ask them that question.
Really?
No,
like, I mean, I'm not into it or nothing, but I think everyone would ask the question.
I'm not saying it didn't cross my mind when I was watching that shit on TLC, but I would never directly ask them the question.
Oh, yeah, no.
It's rude.
Because there's a lot of questions you would ask, but you never ask it to somebody's face. Like, so yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
but everyone's like seen the wondering, like, how does
I'm not saying
work?
the thought never crossed my mind. I'm not that no, I'm not going to lie and say, oh my God, I never thought, how do they possibly have sex if somebody wants to have sex? No, of course I've thought about it. Question. I don't actually thought about the deed. I've just thought about how does it work? But I would never go on social media and ask them, because it's rude.
That's why it's possible that that's fake, is because I mean, either that or people are just being dickhead trolls, because it's really none of nobody's business. It's not what I would question them if I had a chance. I'd be like, so, does your sister still want to find love, or how are you guys gonna, does she still date, or how do like, that would be maybe what I asked. But I wouldn't ask like, hey, how does, does one of you get off while the other one does? Let me tell me.
I'm asking for a friend. All right. Let's go into this one here. Let's go into a real topic. We messed around a little bit here. So I mentioned earlier, yesterday was Easter, and we all know that goddamn Biden put out that transgender day of visibility.
Oh geez, what a dick he is.
That's just stupid. And here's the problem. all the virtue signaling that went along with it. People trying to pretend this is real, it's right, it's okay, that there's subtleties to it. And people, all kinds of generalizations and rationalizations for it. But then I saw this yesterday, and it's been talked about today. Videos have been made on it. I elected not to. Eventually, I thought, okay, you know what? I'll just bring it up on stream tonight. I saw this, and Devil, I know this. You probably have the same effect on you that it had on me when I saw this one. BioWare puts up a post celebrating putting the tranny from Dragon Age Inquisition on the front, which we all knew was in the game and none of us cared. We've actually had that discussion. We've talked about it. But they make this statement, trans people have always been a part of our worlds. We're proud to support them both in our games and in real life. All the stupidity of this aside, I know, Devil, you see this and you think, God damn, I'm more afraid for Dragon Age Rise of the Dreadwolf more than ever now.
Yeah. But you just knew that they were going to fuck it up. I mean, I've kind of signed off that it's either going to be they're going to fuck it up, but somehow it's going to be such a good game that it's passable of the fun of it, or they're going to fuck it up so bad that I'm just not going to want to play. And I never really know. Same thing with TV shows. I see a TV show, I go, that show looks really good, but I know they're going to fuck it up. Just isn't going to be such a fuck up that it gets past me wanting to play it or watch it or whatever.
Yeah, this she was a part of Iron Bull's crew in Inquisition. I mean, and I liked Inquisition because, I mean, Dorian was awesome. Dorian was gay as fuck, but he was awesome, and I loved him. He's one of my favorite characters in the game. So this shit doesn't matter. And all I do is I see this, and I think I don't... Well, I have one hope is what I have. I hope that this is just some rando who runs the social media account and doesn't check with anybody and just wants to virtue signal this shit out there. That's my deep, dark hope, that people actually making the game aren't paying attention to this shit. I know that's a reach. I know I'm reaching. But it allows me to hold on to a slim hope that the game is not going to be a woke disaster, because this game's they've been working on this game for a decade. It is too far along to think that if this shit's in there, that it's going to be taken out. Too far along. And it makes me worried for Mass Effect 4. Because I mean, that's all they got left, BioWare. They got this, and they got Dragon Age, they got Mass Effect. If they botch Dragon Age 4 and botch Mass Effect 4. And yes, I know I know Andromeda might technically be 4, but I'm saying that's Andromeda, has a specific title. This would be Mass Effect 4. If they botch it, it's kind of BioWare is done.
Yeah, I would.
They're not trusted anymore at that point.
You know, the thing is when this came out, it wasn't being pushed, so that's why we didn't care, because and it shows you, it points out exactly what a lot of people have been saying. I know I've been saying it, that pushing like this actually hurts those communities. You know, when you do these kind of things, when you're pushing forward against kind of like what society has accepted and stuff, you're making more enemies than you are friends doing it. And that's exactly it. We knew this character was trans. We didn't give a shit. Yeah. But now with it being forced down our throat in every single thing, if the character was in this newest game, we probably would. It's just because it's become such a divisive type thing to us. So,
and the thing is this, in the actual game, when I played the first time, I thought, wow, that's a pretty butch chick. Oh, she's gay. It never crossed my mind that this was a trans individual. I just thought it was a butch chick in armor who was being gay. That's all I thought. And I dismissed it because, hey, Dragon Age has done gay characters before. And I didn't care. In fact, when you've got Zevran, who is polyamorous, who will fuck anything, and you've got Dorian, who was cool, who was a great character, even though his story revolved around his sexuality, but it kind of made sense because it tied into the whole Tevinter idea of bloodlines and perfection and this and that, and that he wasn't, his bloodline, the bloodline his father tried to craft wasn't going to carry on because his son likes to bite pillows. So I mean, it didn't matter. But then, and this character in there, I just thought, oh, it's another gay character. It's just it's just, and I'm going to say it. People yell at me. Hello, Twitter. It was just a bull dyke. That's all it was. And I didn't care. And they're and they're just a side character. They're not even, they're like a side character. They're not even somebody you help out. It's just part of Bull's crew. And then they roll this shit out and retroactively make them trans, which I think is bullshit. I guarantee a decade ago, people may have said, oh, she's just gay. It's only now, a decade later, they retroactively make this character trans.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I have a deep fear. My fear is widened. I had it in check for a while because Dragon Age 4 drops this year. I think it's dropping in September or October. I believe it's fourth quarter. And of course, despite the fears, I'm kind of locked into getting it because some of you are going to require, and you Devil, I think you're one of them. You're going to require somebody you trust to play this and let you know before you drop the money on it. So,
yeah,
I'm locked in.
But at the same time, if you didn't want to play it, dude, I wouldn't like expect you to.
I want to play it because I want to know what's going to happen in the story. Because I've been waiting a decade, man. God, I guess that's what people who waiting for Germ kind of feel like. But at least I know this is going to get made.
Yeah.
But somebody's got to play it. Might as well be me. Somebody who loves the franchise, has beaten all 3 games multiple times. Maybe I'll get up off my ass and I'll do replays leading up to it if I can stream it. God damn it.
There's a chance I'm going to get a new computer that will play games better. I'm hoping. It's still maybe, but if I get that, I'm probably going to try to play the first 3 because I know they're on Game Pass, but they won't work on my laptop. So I'm hoping they'll work on the new computer.
Yeah, the only reason I'm not going to get them I would only get them, rebuy them if 2 things happen. And we talked about this once, I think. One, I'm not going to do it because of all my save data for the first 2 games on my PS3, which has all my work on the DLC, which gives me all kinds of bonuses every time I start a new game. I really don't want to have to redo all that stuff. But let's say they decided to do some sort of new backwards compatibility on the PS5, then I would do it. I would rebuy it, I'd get it, I'd reinstall it or whatever, how I do it, and then I would do it because then I'd be playing on the PS5 and having all that. And to answer Ariel's question there, only the first 2 games shared save data. When Dragon Age Inquisition came out, because it was moving to the PlayStation 4, they couldn't transfer the data from the PlayStation 3. So what they did at the time, I don't know if the website still exists. They opened up something called the Dragon's Library or something like that, where you basically would open an account and you would input on a timeline in an app, on a browser app, all your choices from the first game, all your pivotal choices and all the little things you did, and it would create your 2 game storylines in that. And when you went to play Dragon Age 3, if you had an interconnection on your PS3, it would connect to the archive and it would upload that data as though it was uploading your first 2 games. So that's how it read. It read that. That's how they accomplished that. So it did that for the first 2 games, like Suikoden, but it wouldn't be. They couldn't do the 4th one. So with the 4th one to the 5th one, that is a possibility since PS4 data can be read by PS5. I met one of the things when my PS4 hard drive died, I did manage to save my Inquisition data. It is one of the game data I managed to save. So I still have all my playthroughs of Inquisition there. They're on my PS5 right now. So I want this. I want my fears to be not. I I agree with Devil. I think there's going to be shit in this. And I'm just hoping it's so inconsequential that it's not game breaking. It's one of those situations. If it doesn't break the game, it's just a retarded thing that can either be ignored or has no impact on the story or anything like that. Then I can overlook it. But if they keep hammering us with shit in the game, or they have something in the main plot line that does something retardedly woke, that will be bad.
Yeah.
And it might ruin it. It ruined it. So, yeah. Well, even on the Inquisition, all I know is that the original games, I remember they were not transferable. The data was not transferable. I didn't know it was on the I didn't know Inquisition on the PS3. I didn't know that. I did not know that because I had already had the PS4 at that point. Or actually, I didn't have it at that point. Oh, no, I did. Yeah, it was one of those games that once I knew it was coming out, I was ready to get my PS4. I had managed to scrape together enough money at the time to buy it. I didn't get my PS4 until it was already 2 years in. I waited because there weren't enough games that I wanted to play on it at the time. Because I'll do that. I'll happily wait for something. I'll happily wait for it so that I don't have to. So that I don't have. So I don't just buy a paperweight that's going to sit there.
Yeah.
And it was worth the wait. It was worth the wait. I got a lot of use out of my PS4. It did not disappoint. But all right, let's see. Oh, God, I don't really want to do this other topic here. I'm ditching this one. I might save this for Ballbusters. Got the top 10. I got one more. Okay. Let's see. All right, hang on a second. Did I lose a page here? Where the fuck did Twitter go? Guess I closed it. I got to admit, guys, I'm a little off my game tonight. I'm a little off my game. Not being on camera seems to do something to me. I lose my rhythm when I'm not on camera. Because part of the show is being on camera, interacting with you guys like that. And when I'm off camera, I feel like I'm half-assing it, even though I'm not. No offense, though. No offense to everybody that says off camera for whatever reason. I started with a face reveal, so I feel it's part of the channel. And when I'm not on camera, I'm doing a disservice to my audience because they signed up for me being on camera, and when I can't do it, it sucks. It's a pain in the ass. God damn, I hate this building. I want to move, Devil, but I can't. Get out of here. All right, let's see if Twitter has anything random. Twitter save me. Chat, if you guys want to throw out a topic, we'll be happy to jump into it because I got one more topic. I don't want to go right into it. I want to kind of monkey around here a little bit.
Yeah, we'll jump right into it. Balls deep.
Balls deep. I don't want to go balls deep in anything we've talked about tonight. Oh man, come on. I want to talk more nerd shit, but I'm not sure what direction to go with nerd shit tonight because I know one direction we're gonna go when Samuel gets here and we do the top 10. No, Ariel, I'm past that. I'm totally past that.
Let's see. I will look what we can.
Oh, actually, I have this one thing. Let's bring this up. I don't know if Samuel. We're gonna bring Samuel when he comes on. I'm gonna ask him about this anyway. So we'll start this. I saw Samuel tweeted earlier today. He said, "I didn't know who Sydney Sweeney was for a little while ago, and I still don't know why I should care about her." I got 2 reasons why you should care about Sydney Sweeney. 2 very big reasons. And she got boobs. There, see there. I went for boobs, Ariel. I went for boobs. I'm gonna have to ask him that, and because the only reason I didn't reply is because I kind of think I know what Samuel's answer is gonna be. So if I'm gonna do it, I want him to be on stream to do it deadpan and reply to me. I got nothing else about boobs though. I like boobs. I hope to touch some more in the very near future. Because they're wonderful things. I mean, let's be honest. Everything we do in life is so that we have another chance to touch boobs. That's the truth. Everything we do is another chance to try and touch boobs. And what is this? Okay, all right, here. All right, let's play a game. Okay, I got a game. Here's a picture. We can play this game. Thank you, Twitter, for supplying me with something to do tonight, because I did my best to plan. All right, we only keep 4 shows. Devil.
Oh no.
So we've got Game of Thrones, and Boar, Breaking Bad, Daredevil, Sopranos, Chernobyl, The Wire, True Detective, Attack on Titan, Seinfeld, The Office, Band of Brothers, Avatar: Last Airbender, Succession, Mad Men. Okay, I got a problem here.
Why?
I don't like most of these shows.
You're all, it's not hard to draw. Okay,
I'll let you go first. I think you're better suited for this one than me.
All right, definitely keeping Band of Brothers, and the Last Airbender. That's the cartoon version, right?
Yeah, that's the real one.
Then I will keep both those.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'd say Breaking Bad.
Okay.
And then it's a toss-up between Sopranos and Daredevil. Ah, shit. Sopranos, you get more seasons.
I'm saving my commentary till you're done.
That's the hard one right there. Daredevil.
Okay. All right. I honestly will only keep. I've seen most of these. It's like only I think 3 I haven't seen, or a couple. Enough 4 maybe. All right. I'm only 2 I can say for sure I'm keeping. I'll keep Avatar and I'll keep Seinfeld because I've enjoyed them. As for Game of Thrones, you guys know I tried watching. I didn't like it. And honestly, I think most people would say get rid of Game of Thrones after the final seasons. Andor, fuck Andor. I never understood the appeal of Breaking Bad. I never really understood the appeal of it. Maybe it's just because I'm not interested in that kind of story. I know people swear by it. Chernobyl, I didn't bother watching that. I tried watching Sopranos. I think people put it on a sort of a pedestal that I don't think it deserves. I don't know. It never really connected with me. Maybe because I'm more of a Godfather type of guy. And Sopranos, I just never liked it. Never liked it. I don't really want to keep Daredevil for the simple fact that Daredevil is not a favorite superhero of mine. I just don't like him as a hero. It's not my thing. Fuck Attack on Titan. All right, now, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep 2 remaining shows for degenerate reasons. Is that okay, Devil?
Yeah.
Can I do
that? You can, wherever you want to keep them, you get to keep them.
I'll keep True Detective because without True Detective, the beautiful woman we were talking about in the clip, Alexandra Daddario, never would have taken her top off. So I will keep True Detective because it graced us with that beautiful woman showing me her boobs. And even though I never watched a minute of it, I will keep Mad Men for Christina Hendricks and her giant rack. So I'm staying on brand here. And I guess those are the 4 I'll keep because 2 are good and the other 2 gave me boobs. I think that's fair. I'll be honest, I didn't like the boobs I saw in Game of Thrones. I didn't like those boobs. Those boobs didn't appeal to me.
Yeah, you saw a lot more, but a lot of it you didn't want to see.
Exactly. It's like I don't want to. This chick just got naked. I don't want to see that. I'm not into that. She's not looking good. Let's see. What is it?
She's on.
No, I missed that. I missed that. See, here's the thing. I know a lot of people swear by The Wire. I know that a lot of people would probably take The Office. Now, question is, which Office? American version or British version?
That's a fair question.
I would assume American version.
I like The Office, but I'm not like addicted to it like some people. Some people swear up and down it's the most funniest thing ever, and I'm just like, it's good. It's okay. But
I didn't mention Chernobyl because I didn't watch it because I actually studied the history of it at one point, and I really wasn't interested in watching a show about that horrible moment in history. So I was just not interested. Same reason I didn't watch. I don't watch some shows, movies based on events I've studied because I know the real history, and I don't feel like watching dramatized versions of it. So, and yeah. So let's see. Chat, feel free to play with this. Who Ariel's given us hers. Avatar, Band of Brothers, Breaking Bad, Chernobyl. Well, there seems to be that's hey, that works. Listen, Breaking Bad, like I said, never appealed to me. The Ariel, I'm not into animals. So how am I going to enjoy? Listen, once more, True Detective and Mad Men gave me boobs. Boobs I liked. And animals don't do it for me. Listen, I'm not into furry things like Cloud, okay? That's not it. Oh man, I was Devil. So I've been rewatching One Piece. And I am currently on the Zoe arc. And I'm at a point now where I've only read these things once. So it's kind of only my second rewatch for the minutia of the events. I remember all the big points that's been going on, the little things. And have you seen the Zoe yet? Because I want to be careful if I'm going to spoil too much here.
Where I am, I was up to, is that Doflamingo?
No, that's after Doflamingo. That's after.
Okay, then it's after what I've watched because I got to where Doflamingo where he's about to beat him essentially.
Okay, so you're almost there. So it's not so much of a spoiler. It's just that do you mind if I say one thing though, because you'll understand my joke if I do.
Oh, go ahead.
Zoe, on top of that island, the mink tribe, which is basically anthropomorphized animals.
Yeah.
You know, and they really anthropomorphize them, the mink tribe. Oda does what Oda does. All the female minks of various animal types, they got giant honkers. And I was watching an episode tonight while I was eating dinner, and Sanji is there. Yes or no? Do you think Sanji has the furry lust?
Oh, that's a hard one because I mean, obvious question would be answer would be yes because he is such a freaking boob lover. But I don't know. Like if like I saw an animal with eating big knockers, I wouldn't be interested. I'd be like, it's still an animal, but
these are bipedal, even though they have animal heads. Some of them have tails, and they are definitely furry, but they have honkers, and they wear clothes covering the honkers, so they are aware that they have giant honkers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was asking myself this question because I didn't remember this. I'm thinking, is Sanji going to go full furry? Yes. Sanji goes full goddamn furry. And I was like, no, Sanji, no, you degenerate fuck.
The cat girls, he got caught by the cat girls.
No, it's dog girls and squirrel girls and giraffe girls and cheetah girls. If they have giant honkers, he was macking on them. God damn it, Sanji, you degenerate fool. Oh no. I thought I had forgotten if Oda Sensei had gone that far. And yes, Oda Sensei went there with Sanji. He made Sanji a furry. No. And hang on. Let me see if I can I just to show you a picture, just to show you again, I'm not kidding. One Piece minks. Here we go. Well, yeah, okay. Here's Carrot, and I think her name is Wanda. Oh, here's a better shot of Wanda. Yeah. Let me bring this up here, just to prove that it's not even a question of what's going on here. That there's no denying it. Here it is. Come on, there it is. Yeah. That's a furry.
Well, she looks like a freaking Nomi. Like,
well, Nami gave her a
Nami.
bikini. She gave her bikini.
Okay, that's why I was all like, they literally put her in the same thing. She also has the reddish kind of hair. I was all kind of sets it up that he's gonna be a dirty bastard.
But he's going after many of them, because over here, and I checked, there's nothing. That's right. So look there. That's from today's episode that I just watched. Look what he's doing with the squirrel girl.
Yeah,
damn it,
he's
Sanji.
He's gonna bang the furries.
He
God.
wants to bang, and because they have this thing where they want to nuzzle everybody. Even the dudes want to nuzzle you. And Sanji's happily nuzzling her because they're willing. So it's Sanji's getting skinship immediately without even trying. It's all happening. And that was literally from the episode I watched tonight when I was eating dinner. God damn it, Sanji, you goddamn degenerate. I'm surprised Sanji's not Dermy's favorite character. After this. Here's another show you can
so
see.
Like, fuck Usopp. I have a new favorite.
Well, yeah, I will say fuck Usopp, because Usopp's a dick. Usopp sucks. Here's another shot from the actual episode. I thought about it for a second. I thought, no, I will not. Even for all my anime degeneracy, no, this is not happening.
Yeah.
No, Ariel, no, it is not happening. Not happening, especially in One Piece where I have options like Robin and Nami.
There's nothing attractive about a girl with a fucking muzzle. Sorry,
in one point, this one like will lick Nami, and you realize, she's gonna lick you like a dog. It's no, I'm not doing it. I'm not into furries. That is a step too far, even for my anime degeneracy. Devil, do you have is your demonic tail make you a furry?
Hey, I can choose to have a goat lower half or a human lower half. It's not.
So wait. So if you switch to goat lower half, then you're not into furries. You're just going with you're actually equipped for that kind of stuff then.
Yep. Exactly. But I can choose what human parts or goat parts. I guess. Why do we have to ask these damn questions?
I don't know.
It puts me in a very uncomfortable situation.
It was static. It was static. Okay? Static opened that door. I didn't open that door. I don't want to ever open these doors. I don't even know how we got here. I don't know how we got here anymore. It's one of those nights. We are pushed in a direction, and I stumble onto something, and I have no idea what's going on. None at all. No. It's impossible. What you're talking is an impossibility, Ariel. Couldn't happen. See, now Static's making it your fault, Devil. Oh, man. All right. Hey, listen, I tried to make this. You brought up boobs, and I took... Okay. I mean, that's how we got there, boobs. We got the boobs from furries. Okay. This is a shit show tonight, Devil. It's a shit show. It's a shit show. I feel as though well, here's something interesting. We'll say congratulations to Chrissy Mayer. Looks like she's heading for her big moment.
Oh, she's having the baby, huh?
Good luck, Chrissy. I don't think she'd do an April Fool's about this. I think
Oh God, that would be
I
hard
hope
because
not.
she's a comedian. So I mean, she's into dark humor. So I mean,
Yeah,
it wouldn't like put it completely against it.
yeah, I know. But then
So
again, somebody says right here that would make it really her child to come out on April 1st. That would be funny as hell. But if Chrissy really is heading to the hospital to, give birth to her first child, best of luck, Chrissy Mayer. If you ever hear this, we hope it's a safe delivery and that you and the baby are perfectly healthy. So if it's not an April Fool joke, best of luck to her and her and her husband. Congratulations, and I hope it's a healthy baby. Because I would never ever wish anything but best of luck in that kind of situation. What is this now? Yes, I'm surfing Twitter again to try and find something to distract us because I have one topic left and I'm not even sure how far we'll get with it. I'm feeling bad tonight about this. I'm not as prepared as I usually am. I was kind of hoping for a little randomness, this and that, to take us down a rabbit hole. And I'm also buying time till Samuel gets here too. I'm doing that as well. Because I know once we do our top 10, that's going to take us down a really good rabbit hole. I really know. But I'm waiting for Samuel for the top 10. Devil, all right, how about all right, Devil, have you seen Godzilla Kong?
no, not yet.
No?
Is it only in theaters this one, or they do the HBO 2 like
It's
they
only
did
in
the first one?
theaters. It's only in theaters.
And yeah, I'll wait till it goes to
Okay.
HBO before I'm not gonna
Dre
drive
said
an hour there,
Dre
hour
said it
back.
was dumb fun. Dre said it was dumb fun. He liked it. So I'm still not inclined because I don't really like Kong. It really is a Kong movie. It's not it's Godzilla is literally in it. I saw the numbers. He's literally in it for 8 minutes. He's in it for 8 minutes, which makes me sad because I want a Godzilla movie. I don't want Kong stuff. But all right, so yeah, I don't even know if I'll see it when it comes out. I might see it if somebody asks me to talk about it at some point, but that would have to wait until, like you said, streaming. What the hell is that? Okay. Did you see the new Doctor Who trailer yesterday?
No, like I said, I'm out of Doctor Who.
I know. I just wanted morbid curiosity got the better of you. Yeah, we went over it yesterday. It's horrible. It's all kinds of wrong. It's all kinds of gay. It literally will be gay. The Doctor's going to have a man affair with something.
Oh, jeez. Man, like I said, I hope it crashes and burns really quickly, and I hope they feel like absolute shit for killing such an amazing franchise.
Yeah.
But
they won't feel guilty. They don't. Yeah. Nobody feels guilty. I mean, even Stephen Moffat, he's writing an episode. So nobody who could save it feels guilty about what they're doing to it. None at all. But Dermy and I are still going to do it. We're gonna review it. I announced it yesterday. I can re-announce it today. Dermy and I have decided to do the dual review. We're going to do it. It's going to air on a Friday, so we're going to do it on Saturday after drive-in every week for 7 weeks because they're dropping 2 episodes. I think Jed said it was May 10th. So starting May 11th, Derby and I are going to do a live stream every Saturday night on both our channels after drive-in, a little bit after drive-in. So we're gonna roast the hell out of it. I'm sure there'll be guests on and off it, and you got to understand, guys, we're doing this out of spite. We're doing this to shit all over it. We are not doing this to even pretend that it has a chance. We're doing it to really, really ruin the day of the people who have taken over this franchise and make sure and trying to tell us, hey, it's ours now. Get out of here, you toxic nerds. No, we're not going anywhere. We're going to make it miserable for you because you made it miserable for us. Pure spite. And I don't think anybody has a problem with that. None at all. Oh, God damn it. I'm down a horrible Twitter rabbit hole that isn't giving me anything at all. Nothing at all.
Let's see. I can.
You got some?
I will find something. Give me
All
2
right.
seconds.
Again, we're if Samuel can make it, he hasn't said he's not coming yet tonight. So if Samuel can make it, I guarantee the top 10 will send us down a good nerd rabbit hole. I guarantee it. I guarantee.
There's a lot of stuff going on, like politic kind of stuff, but not much in like entertainment stuff.
It's Monday. It's the problem. It's Monday. I didn't find a lot of stupid shit that happened that we could mess around with. I'm not, the going down nerd rabbit hole I want to go there organically over something, and I haven't found anything else. And I'm kind of also resisting pulling down a lot of topics where we're going to be angry over it, because that's not what this show's about. I mean, having a legitimate discussion about something is one thing, but I don't want to do angry shit. We're trying to relax here, be mellow, and talk nerd shit. And I haven't been taken down nerd rabbit holes. One, because sometimes I know I can't spoil things for some people. That's one thing. I'm trying not to spoil shit. But two, I just want. I apologize, guys. I'm a little off my game tonight. It's.
Everything I'm finding is either, like I said, like political adjacent, like, or I mean, like a J.K. Rowling that she's going against their. You can't.
I have that. That's my backup story. That was the one story
and
I'm sitting on. Do we really want to talk about that? Not really. I mean, I have it right here. It was the one thing I was sitting on since you brought it up. I do have it. And I find it interesting that she's going to try and do this. But first of all, here, let's go at it from this angle. All right. How about this? No matter what happens here, it doesn't affect the Harry Potter brand.
Yeah. It doesn't. They can bitch all they want about it. She still sells a shit ton of those books and everything else that has to do with Harry Potter.
Yep.
They're never going to take it down. So all they're crying and whining about it, and it doesn't mean shit. It really doesn't. She's still rich. She's going to be richer next year and the year after that.
Yeah.
You guys have failed.
And she even, that's her favorite comment. How do you sleep at night? She says, I sleep in all my money. That's how I sleep at night.
Yep.
I roll around in it.
Especially the probably hundreds and hundreds of dollars they gave her, because a lot of those people were fanatical about freaking Harry Potter before they found out she had an opinion they didn't like.
Exactly. So there's that aspect of it. I mean, J.K. Rowling is a leftist.
Yeah.
There's nothing conservative or right-leaning about her. She believes in literally 99% of the proper left-wing agenda. This one thing, though, which has become the rallying cry for the weirdos, she's against. So therefore, she's apostate.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly what I've said forever.
Yeah.
Is that you're not allowed on the ship unless you run 100% believe everything they did. If you disagree with one thing, you are no better than a conservative who's against all of it. Mm-hmm. There's no wiggle room with them. You're either on the ship or you're not on the ship. Like you said, she's probably like 98% on board with everything. She hates us. She hates conservatives. She thinks we're all a bunch of bigoted men and sexist and misogynistic and shit, because she's a dumb bitch too. I'm sorry. I'm not going to act like J.K. Rowling. I wouldn't fucking, give her a freaking pint of blood if she needed it.
I'd give it to her, though. I'd give it to her.
Like it?
I'd give it to her.
Well, I don't know. If she let me like live in her really fancy house and shit.
Hey, she's got billions of dollars. I'm sure something's gonna fall out of the pockets during.
If she wants to be my sugar mama, okay.
Exactly. That's my point. That is my point. I would happily be her sugar boy.
I'd still tell her she's full of shit every time she opened her mouth.
She might like it though, like that. She might like that.
Yeah.
That might be good dirty talk.
So yeah, tell me I'm a stupid bitch. Anyway, but
Yes, I
but-
made it sexual.
and please. Okay, Gal's not in the chat. So thank God. I'm gonna get punched.
Watch
Anyway, you would put me down that road. Anyway,
me never, never.
But
oh,
oh,
okay, Static. We had to something that
Static. Don't you dare go and start. Okay, he's in here. I was
So,
looking at the chat. I thought he was gonna put on the chat that I'm going to tell her.
I don't know where I left off because there's a delay in YouTube.
Okay. We're talking about J.K. Rowling now.
Right. That's kind of why I popped in here.
Okay.
Because you guys were talking about how she's a leftist and all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And I was what's the word? I was extremely hesitant over the Hogwarts Legacy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone was making such a big deal out of it because the wrong people were going to boycott it, right?
Yeah.
And like I kept telling people, I was like, look, Jake, like I made videos. I make videos on J.K. Rowling all the time. I'm actually a Harry Potter fan.
Yeah. We all are to a certain extent.
Yeah. And so like when the Hogwarts Legacy stuff was coming out, I was like, look, one, she only has so much to say. Two, she's still a nut job. And three, I don't know. The game was shit. The game was shit. I did not like the game. I thought it was boring.
I thought it was okay. I mean, it was only worth one playthrough. I never want to play it again.
I got through maybe half of it, and I just stopped.
It was easy. It was really
easy.
I
was playing on the hard. I was playing on the hardest difficulty, and I was bored.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right. J.K. Rowling is a leftist, and too many people give her way too much credit. Although, I really do appreciate how hard she stands against this particular subject.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do appreciate that she hasn't buckled. She hasn't like freaking, after the little bit of pressure, all of a sudden go, no, I was completely wrong. You can be a boy one day and a girl next day.
Well, that's because she has fuck you money. She has some of the ultimate fuck you money in the world, and she and that's the reason I went down this path of this conversation. This will not hurt the Harry Potter brand. It will never hurt the Harry Potter brand because Ariel brings it up. We've covered it in the past. I think we did it on a roundtable, the Epic Universe. There's a new Harry Potter section in that. That's gonna make a ton of money. And we're probably gonna know it before the summer's out, is my guess. If they can nail the reboot on HBO Max,
I have no faith. I want it to be good.
My faith extends to I want to see the cast.
Oh, they're gonna ruin it.
That will tell me everything I need to know.
They're gonna make Hermione black, even though just because they did that in the whatever child shit.
Yeah, that's
second part.
But they already ruined the movies. Like they gave all of Ron's good lines to Hermione.
Yeah,
they're gonna do the same shit.
Well, she didn't. Well, gotta remember, in the movies, she didn't have creative control over the movies. And she has creative control, executive producer power in these. And in terms of the story, I've always wanted. People. I know some people out there that we hang out with are diehard fans. I always felt the movies did a shit job of telling the story.
Yeah, when I read the book, I started reading the books after the second or third movie came out. It was
I started reading after the third one.
Yeah. I started reading them before the series was done. And I've read them all multiple times. It's been a little while. I was thinking about going through them again.
I read Deathly Hallows in one night when it came out.
Oh, shit.
I was so hyped for it, like everybody else. I didn't want spoilers, so I just burned through it in one night.
It took me 3. I did Half-Blood Prince in 3 days.
Mm-hmm. But
that one's my favorite.
I always felt that the movies did it wrong, and honestly, starting with kind of the fourth movie or even the third movie, when you go back and look at it all, they start leaving out so much plot points get lost, characters are not behaving like they should, and they're skipping over a lot of stuff. And for me, the final nail in the coffin that I never want to watch movies again is the movies could have been saved for me if when they did Deathly Hallows Part 2, if they had gotten the Battle of Hogwarts right. If they had gotten the Battle of Hogwarts right, it could have been saved because in the book, so many cool things happen, especially the final battle, the battle in the hall, where you had the 3-on-1 fight against Voldemort with like McGonagall, Mrs. Weasley, and somebody else fighting. I think it was Mrs. Weasley fighting him, and he's taking him along. And Harry is kind of doing the thing in the end, you understand what Harry does. Harry is not this frontline hero. He's a guy who just tries to take advantage of the situation, and he sneaks around with the cloak doing shit, and then he doesn't actually have that one-on-one against Voldemort. He tricks Voldemort. It was a mind game to win and a gamble that his theory about the Elder Wand would work, and that was cool.
Right. And also Harry didn't think he was special. Like he did. He wanted the help of others. He's like, I can't do this on my own.
Yeah.
Hang on. Speaking of Battle of Hogwarts,
real quick. Yes, Ariel, you can't read and write as you type this. Thank you.
But the another battle that was completely missed was the one at the end of Half-Blood Prince, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like where like Bellatrix blows out the windows and everything. Like, I mean, that could have been fucking badass.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And instead, they cheapen everything, and you get this weird one-on-one thing between another wand off between Harry and Voldemort at the end of the final movie, which is not how it happened. And that was it for me. I've never watched the movies again since then. I've never watched them again because I've read the books a couple times since then. I never watched them again, and I always felt that if there was a reboot, especially if it was TV, for a while, people thought it might get an animated reboot, which I thought would have been cool. There was a particular animated poster that was floating out there that I thought would have been great animation style. It was very Japanese oriented. I thought it would have been great. But now I always thought if they do TV, it'll be great. They'll 7 seasons, they can get everything in there. And because I don't care if the movies get replaced, because I know that's some heresy to some people. That's heresy to say that, but I don't care.
Well, so if they do a season for each book,
they are doing season. They've announced that they're doing a season for each book.
So are we going to get like 15, 18 episodes for Order of the Phoenix?
I don't know. I think that's too far down the road. I would assume the first 2 seasons are going to be probably 8 episodes because the books are so small.
Yep. And
it would, based upon the success, and if they are going to cover all the material, they would probably increase episode counts. I mean, if they're doing 15 episodes by the time you get to the final 3 books, then great. You're going to do it. But it all depends. And as we said a moment ago, everything depends right now on the casting. Because right now they're still zeroing in on the writers, last I checked. And one of the writers does have the goods, but the other 2 that I saw really don't. Because I covered this at one point a long ass time ago. So they almost have their writers, and as soon as they zero in on the writer, then they're going to do the casting. And listen, if Hermione is black, it's done. It's over. I'll watch it. I'll watch it to be commentary, but I'm not going to be watching it with any sense of hope or desire.
If we get Ncuti Gatwa Dumbledore,
oh God,
I'll be fucking livid. And I don't just mean from the flamboyant perspective.
Yeah, I know.
That's what pissed me off so much is she literally just lied when she was telling this. She's all, I never said if Hermione was freaking white or black. No, it specifically says in there in the book that she is like light-skinned, brown hair, like white. She's not black.
No, but then she can gaslight you and say that, well, light skin could mean anything. Light brown.
We might get the ultimate ginger side and make the Weasley clan black.
That would be funny.
Ultimate ginger side. You just ginger sided an entire family in one go.
Or it might have been fair skin. Maybe that's how she described it. But yeah, it
could have been.
There's been cover art.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of art.
Yeah. Well, then again, that didn't stop Rick Riordan. That didn't stop Rick fucking Riordan from race swapping everything under the sun on his.
Yeah.
So did you guys actually see her tweets?
No, I'm just going off the article here.
So she I've
it
got
might be-
got her thread.
It might be in
bookmarked.
here.
Pull it up.
Here we go.
That'd be
Here we
cool.
go. Is this it? No, that's Breitbart.
No.
Anyway. That's just Bright. Okay, no, I don't have them here.
All right, let me go grab it.
Right, go ahead.
She, she fucking goes hard.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Because
I was gonna make a video. I was actually, before you guys pulled this up, like I got some stuff going on, and that's why I'm not doing Bloodbath tonight.
Mhm.
But like I was getting ready to start a video on this.
okay, hang on a second. All right, while you get, all right, no, I'll save this for after. I saw this earlier. I'll say I just found something stupid that I saw earlier that I forgot about, but I'll save it. I'll save it.
I just DM'd you the link.
Oh, okay. I'll get it. Okay. There you are. I hate it when it doesn't push a new message all the way to the top and have to scroll.
Yeah, you have
down
to like
find
click
it.
into the actual
Yeah.
message.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. The J.K. Rowling. I mean, close DMs at him. Good boy.
Yeah, don't want him to see what we talk about.
Yeah, because Static and I get into some freaky shit. Anyway, all right. So here we go. J.K. Rowling. You zoom in on this. Which one do I start at the top or do I go down?
Yeah, you can just start at the top.
All right. Scotland's Hate Crime Act comes into effect today. Women gain no additional protections, of course, but well-known trans activist Beth Douglas, darling of prominent Scottish politicians, falls within protected category. Oh, she's got 11 of these. Oh, so we're going down here. So I guess this is somebody with a penis.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. What is she? It's been real, y'all. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep. Hopefully, when I wake up, it's good news. Be nice to yourself. Remember, breathe. If you need to. I hate to. You know what I hate the most about this? That these people think the world revolves around them. And why is she? Why is this? I almost said she. I'm sorry. Why is this creature posing with weapons?
Because she's threatening that if you misgender her, she'll.
Oh, here it is.
suck
Okay.
probably.
So Hordio hate transmitting knives and axes. So, dude, this is what I talked about this weekend and last week. These people who always want to scream for positivity and demand that you respect them in all ways, shapes, and forms, they always resort to threats of violence. Always. They always
because they
threaten
think
you.
they think it makes them tough. Dude, I saw some shit the other night. Oh my god. So yesterday was the Easter and then the non-Easter holiday.
Yeah.
And everyone was posting their trans awareness videos, and that one that walks into the gas station with the ad, eating that.
Gesundheit.
Excuse me again. Yes.
Bless you.
Man.
But have you guys seen the video where the trans person walks into the gas station with the axe?
Oh, I saw that from
No.
years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. I hadn't seen it. I never watched it to completion, and last night I did, and holy fuck!
You know what's funny is that person freaking tried to get it repealed her sentence, and they ended up adding 5 years. I
Good.
think. Yeah.
That person's fucking
Should
psycho.
get life. Trying to
Yeah,
act
yeah.
murder most of these
Yeah.
people.
That's fucked up. And this is fucked right here. Lovely Scottish lass and convicted double rapist Isla Bryson found her true authentic female self shortly before she was due to be sentenced. Misgendering is hate, so respect Isla's pronouns, please. Love the leggings and love the bulge.
Damn it! If she never would have said "love the leggings," I never would have fucking looked.
Love the leggings. That's a penis.
That's a dick.
That's a dick. That's a dude who was a criminal apparently. Okay. Fragile Flower Kate Dowlitsky 6'5" was rightly sent to a woman's prison in Scotland after conviction. This ensured she was protected from violent predatory men, unlike the 10-year-old girl Katie sexually brutalized in a woman's public bathroom. Wow. This is some dark shit, man.
These are the people that are protected now. You can't mispronoun these people in Scotland. So here's the catch: J.K. Rowling is not in Scotland right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
here in America,
she put out a tweet. She's like, "Hey, when I go home, I'll see if I get arrested."
Well, she's got the best lawyers in the world, I assume.
She's got all the fucking money in the world.
Yeah.
They're not going to arrest her because the fact is they don't want to bring any attention to this. And so if they literally arrested somebody that powerful, that notable for these things, it's going to bring so much attention to it. And a lot of their laws, I think they just hope people aren't paying attention, and that's how they get them passed.
This already has massive traction. The first one has where's the word? 7.2 million. There it is. Yeah, thank you. 7.2 million. And every subsequent one in the hundreds of thousands here. Oh my goodness, what the hell is this? Exposing her penis. 2 11-year-old girls, great, and now is an assaulter. God damn. Did Dermir? Oh, there's Samuel. Hi, Samuel. Welcome to this shit show.
What the hell did I watch?
J.K. Rowling talking about the ruling in Scotland that protects monsters with pronouns.
Huh.
I mean,
yeah.
This is I hadn't looked into this yet today. I brought it up, and this is effed up. That people will hide behind this type of shit. Where was Big Mike? No, that's not Big Mike. That's not Big Mike.
Yeah, Scotland's pretty far gone right now.
Yeah, that's messed up, and you know, I kind of hope she does do it. She goes back there and misgenders somebody publicly, calls them on their bluff. I think it would be a bluff to arrest someone. To arrest someone like her.
Oh, they've been looking to make an example of that woman for years.
If they don't, they could have riots.
Mm-hmm.
It's, oh God. Fucking clown word. That's all I can say.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
I got into it last week with somebody that Dermy was fighting with on the internet, and he was telling me that J.K. Rowling is evil because she liked a tweet that was making light of one of these allies who was going out there. It's like, oh, they care about trans rights and everything, and that's so why would you compare them to the Taliban? And I was like, and this person had quote tweeted that saying at least the Taliban knows what a woman is.
My brain
anyways,
hurts over this stuff, man. How are you?
Yeah, so I'm all right. On a totally different topic, because if you get me talking about this shit, it's going to go down a really dark path. So
we've been down some dark paths already tonight.
Yeah. So I picked up a new game, new to me anyway, this weekend, and a Euden Chronicle Rising.
Oh, the prequel to what's coming out. Oh, how is it?
I had not been paying much attention to this. I was just kind of jonesing for Suikoden because all of my hard disks are packed up along with their respective platforms. So I was just looking for something along those lines, and as it turns out, the guy who created Suikoden is doing a whole new thing that's got a lot of Suikoden's DNA in it.
It's a spiritual successor, and it's the last thing he ever did now. So
yeah, but it's supposed to be out later this month. The
it's this month. It's this month.
Yeah.
Oh, damn crap!
It's this month or next month. It's around the same. It's not too far off from when the Suikoden remaster's coming out.
Yeah, man, I want those. I was gonna get this. I am gonna get Elucidant Chronicles. I've been looking forward to it because it looks like Suikoden 2.
I gotta tell you, man, I bought it for $4 on PlayStation Network just because I was like, okay, it seems like something cute and fun or whatever. I'm almost 20 hours in, and I haven't regretted it at all.
Would you say I'm gonna need to play it to play the full game?
From what I understand, if you complete the prequel, apparently you can, like, there's certain conditions you can fulfill where you can load your save file from this game into 100 Heroes, and there will be some effect. I don't know what that is, but I don't think it's necessary to do so necessarily. I'm just, I was looking for something to play, and it turns out this is a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. It's not turn-based, but it's they've got a different combat system. It's like each of your square, triangle, and circle is an attack button that corresponds to a different character in your party, and X is jump.
Okay.
So, but it's a little bit more action oriented in terms of combat and gameplay and all that stuff. But in terms of like story and quality and sound effects and the music and all that, it's definitely just riddled with Suikoden's DNA. It's awesome.
Oh yeah. That they've been calling this new series the spiritual successor for a good 5 years now, while we've been waiting for it. And it's a shame he's gone now. The creator's gone, and this will be the last thing he ever did. But I have been looking forward to Lucidian Chronicles coming out, and it should be fun. It's
I
probably
hope so.
I'm probably gonna pick it up, not immediately, because I've got
Right.
other things on the docket. But it's definitely something, and of course, then the remaster of Suikoden 1 and 2, that will be also
Mhm.
in my. I'm probably end up getting this shit around Christmas. Is what I'm probably gonna do when they're on sale.
Yeah, if the prequel is anything to judge by, I'm looking forward to 100 Heroes as well.
Yeah.
Just from this.
I mean, let me see if I can find some imagery for it, because it looks like Suikoden 2. Like they took it. They really did go back to their roots. Let me see if it's ELU Lucidian. That's not spelling it right. God damn it. Oh, I don't want to turn on my PS5 just to get it on there, because I would find it fast. But ELU
Eiyuden. It's EIYUDEN.
EIYUD. There we go. Thank you. I was adding an L in there that wasn't there. Okay, my problem. Yeah, because you look at this right here. Here's the
Adam speak a good English.
I got time. Speak. This is. It looks like a classic Suikoden cover right here. I mean, that's a classic Suikoden cover. Looks like screams Suikoden 2 to me. I
mean,
guess
that's the same artist, it looks like.
Yeah, this is the original cover that they made that I saw before, right there. But that reminds me of Suikoden 2, right there.
Yeah, it does.
And I believe this is, yep, this is a shot for him. That's Suikoden 2, and Suikoden 1, and 3, and 5. It's right there. Yeah, this game has been calling to me ever since I heard about it. It's like you, I'm starved for more Suikoden content, and this would have been the next big thing for it. And I wonder if they'll continue with his passing.
Yeah, I mean, if Eiyuden Chronicles proves to be a profitable franchise, they might go forward with that. But we're never getting Suikoden 6. That's never going to happen.
Yeah. Can you see it on the screen, Ariel? Because I've got it right there. It's right here on the screen.
Yeah, she's asking. Hold on a second, Ariel. I'll spell it in the chat for you.
Okay. Yeah, this looks cool. Let's see if it's got a release here. 100 Heroes. April 23rd.
Yeah, so a couple weeks.
Yep. I mean, if I wasn't getting Stellar Blade, I would probably get this. But then again, if my internet doesn't work, what's the goddamn point? Anything.
I don't know. This seems like something like because I love this genre and the the whole Konami thing that they do with these. So I don't know. I might stream this one.
Yeah. See, now I see. I want to stream all this stuff, but if my internet's working, what's the point? Can't. I mean, yes, I could play it privately, but part of what I do is stream games. So, oh god damn it! All right.
I was planning to stream Suikoden 1 and 2 anyway, just because.
Yeah, I was going to stream those too with the remasters. Yeah, so was I. But
just because they're awesome, and I think everybody needs to play them.
And a lot of people haven't seen them because they're old. They're old games. All right. I'm going to go right to the top 10 that you hear, Samuel, because it's a good top 10. Yes, it's Screen Rant, but I think our beef is these top 10s. They're going to be out of order. I think you're going to agree with me that they're out of order. Top 10 status deaths in Stargate.
Okay, I'm
Oh,
actually gonna bow out because
Okay,
I'm rewatching
spoilers.
it and don't remember
Spoilers.
all of them.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. So
All right.
you
Thanks for
gentlemen
hanging
have
out,
a
Static.
wonderful evening.
I'll see you guys later. See you
yeah,
later,
yeah.
Static.
See you later, Static.
All right. Okay, so I've looked through this and I don't agree with the order, but Samuel, you are as big a Stargate aficionado as myself, so I thought this will be a good one. So let's start with number 10. Cromwell's
Jeremy just got
Redemption.
through all this.
Did he finish?
I think he finished SG1. I don't think he's done with Atlantis yet.
Okay, well, all right. They have Cromwell's Redemption. You guys remember Cromwell? He basically, it's the black hole episode where they first connect to the black hole, and
his whole team gets stuck.
and he gets no. He's the one that goes down, and he has history with Jack. And
The black hole one where the Stargate connects to the black hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah,
this
where
team
they
over
set
there.
off a
trapped on the
nuke.
other side.
He's not the one. No, that's a different team trapped on the other side. This is the guy that
Oh.
when they lose contact with SGC, he gets sent down there and do the time dilation. Nobody knows that it's been 4 or 5 days already up top.
Oh,
And
that's
he
right.
and Jack have history. And he basically sacrifices himself to blow up the bomb that sends the energy back through the Stargate to shut it down on their end, so the black hole doesn't suck Earth in through the Stargate.
Yeah.
I don't know that. I don't
Go
know
ahead,
that I would
Sarah.
call his death sad.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a really a redemption. He's just like he saw a job that needed done, and he acted like a motherfucking hero, and he
Yeah.
went out like one. I wouldn't call that sad at all.
Yeah, and honestly, I have zero connection to this guy. He's in this one episode. He's a little antagonistic to Jack, and they sort of find a middle ground by the end of it. But I feel him being on here is completely unnecessary.
Yeah, if it had been like somebody like obviously we know what happens to Kowalski in episode number 2.
Yeah.
But if it had been like somebody like Ferretti, somebody that we knew from the movies or something, somebody
Yeah.
that we already had seen some history with, I could see this being a little sadder. I don't consider this death sad. Not that it's not a good death; it's an excellent death.
But it's not a
But
sad
he,
death. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this guy comes in, he's a hard ass, he kind of rubs everybody the wrong way, but in the end, he does the job that saves everybody, and he should be hailed as a hero because he went out like one, but I wouldn't call that sad. I
Yeah.
would call that, inspiring, really.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say this doesn't meet it. Doesn't meet it. All right. Number 9, Skara's Ascension.
That wasn't just Skara.
That was an
the
entire
population of
Yeah,
Abydos.
Yeah, and I would put this one farther down the list
I
because
don't know
it
that I would
is-
qualify it as a death.
Yeah.
Well, as Ascension death. I mean, that's the thing. Now they're blurring the lines. Well, he did die. He did do the death Ascension thing when he gets shot while
Sure,
they're defending
but-
the room. Yeah.
And the rest of Abydos, obviously, they got orbital bombarded into
Nothing.
paste or whatever. But they were Oma Dasala came along and did her thing and saved all of them by ascending them essentially at the moment of their death. So I don't know if death is necessarily the right word for this, but I will agree that because Abydos were the first people we met off world in the movie.
Yeah. And they brought back
know.
the actors from the original movie.
Mhm.
And there was connection there. And Skara had gone through so much. He was going to get. It was his wedding day. It was his wedding day when Anubis decides to show up looking for the eye. And
Yeah.
and
And
it's
he had been
sad
through
that
so much shit.
yeah, it's sad. It's sad, but I agree with you. I don't think it qualifies as a death. He's not. They say Skara's Ascension, but the whole thing is top 10 deaths, and he ascends, which means he is alive. He's just now joining the "we're not going to fuck with your reality club." And he says, I said, I'm never going to see you again. To O'Neill, because O'Neill, like O'Neill's ever going to ascend. He's not going to ascend. So, it's sad, but it's sad for different reasons.
It's sad because they're moving on. They're leaving the show. It's not sad
Yeah.
because like the way they went out was actually good for them and good for it's like, oh, good, they something positive happened here. They're just not going to be on the show anymore. That was a little sad.
Yeah, because the Abydonians said, man, they just got screwed all the time.
But
It's
they did, like, you got to keep in mind too. So Sharae, right? All that whole 2-season arc where Daniel's hunting for Sharae,
mhm.
right, and trying to get her back and trying to find a way to remove Aminette from Sharae, right? Scar was going through the same thing with Chlorel,
yeah.
and eventually they did find a way to remove Chlorel without harming
Toland's.
Skara, which was awesome.
It's a
But it
great
was too
episode.
fucking late for Sharae. Now,
Yeah.
as sad as that is for Daniel, people often forget this. Sharae is Scar's sister.
Yep, he's a brother-in-law.
He had to live with the fact that they were able to save him and they couldn't save her. They didn't talk about it, but it's in there.
I agree. And the whole tribunal episode is a fantastic episode.
Oh, it's really good. Yeah. Kevin Durand is pretty awesome at it, even if he is dressed ridiculously.
Yeah. He's a great character actor when he gets a chance to do
Mhm.
shit like that. He's a fantastic. He's one of the things I did like about that vampire show that was on FX all those years ago. We kept calling them munchers.
Oh, yeah. The Strain.
Yeah, he was the best thing in that show.
Yeah, he was great in that show. He's a good character.
He's the best thing in that show. Right. So again, it's sad, but I think they have it on here for the wrong reasons. It's just not good. Okay. Sharae. We just talked about that. Sharae's
That should be
death,
higher on the list.
Yeah. Especially because of the emotional and that whole episode where it's happening in Daniel's head.
Mhm.
That she's using the hand device to create a different reality to try and explain shit to him, and help. And it's just so fascinating that it's all happening in that split second, and it still works out the same way where Teal'c ganks, where he ganks her, where he ganks Aminette, and because she managed to work it out with him. Daniel was able to make peace with the fact that Teal'c had to do what had to be done.
Yeah, that was the gut punch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get to see her naked, so that's extra sad that she then dies.
Well, that was in the pilot, but yeah.
To me, actually, while this episode is sad, well, it's sad as death. I found it more tragic. Her giving birth episode is more tragic, and because of the whole she's there, and then Daniel has her for a minute and she gets taken away. And then that last moment, of course, that's also one of my favorite episodes ever because it has one of the most badass Jack moments where they'd been doing all their shit and they come in late and they come through the gate and there's Harrower and Jack just walks through the gate, sees Harrower, just opens up with his machine gun and Harrower goes, turns on the shield, blocks, you dare defy me? Jack goes, yeah, thinking about it. And in just one fluid movement, flips up his K-bar, throws it, and just goes right through the shield, stamps Harrower right through the hand device. And and then somebody asks Jack, so, wow, you remembered about the whole kinetic thing? Jack goes, yeah, sure.
Yeah, that was... Man, those early seasons had so many just like straight up badass moments that seemed to come out of nowhere. That was one of the top ones for
that's
sure.
that's one of my favorites of all time. Thinking about it, whoops.
It's like going back to the second episode when Kowalski gets possessed and he's trying to get Walter to, open the gate and Walter won't do it, so he just breaks Walter's arm on the fucking counter and pushes him aside.
I know. Well, that see, it's. That's why I say Sharae's pregnant episode, I find that more tragic and sad than even her death episode.
Yeah.
Because then as she's walking away, Aminette looks at exactly where Daniel is, and you have to think Sharae has some level of influence still in that moment and manages to not spot them when Apophis comes to pick her up. So
she was definitely... Yeah, she was definitely like, we got the answer to Daniel's season-long question. Like, there was something of the host must survive, because something of the host did survive. She was actively working against the gold.
Protect the child.
And it was sad. It was tragic, and it was something that unfortunately we all saw coming. But for me, like I said earlier, the gut punch wasn't when Teal'c took her out, because you understood why he had to. Same way Daniel understood why he had to. But when Daniel forgives Teal'c, it's like, Jesus, that hit home.
Yeah. Because he'd already because of what Emina did. That's the real sad part of this, that she does that whole thing knowing she's going to die a moment later. And she's using this time to help him. She takes the time, not so much spend time with him, but to make sure Daniel goes through the grieving process now and doesn't ruin his life going through the grieving process.
Yeah, well, she still loves her husband. She doesn't want him to live in misery and bury himself in vengeance.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, Ariel, that's what happened. The ghoul, Amanette goes to sleep in the pregnancy episode because her being awake was harming the child. That's why she goes to sleep in that. The baby, well, that's the thing. The
Harcesis.
Harcesis, thank you. The Harcesis. That was a taboo for Goa'uld, because you got to remember the Goa'uld pass genetic memory. And if two Goa'uld hosts have a child, the memories of the symbiotes will pass on to the child. So any child born that will have that entire line of evil embedded in them, along with all the secrets that the Goa'uld have been stealing for thousands upon thousands of years from other advanced technologies. And that's why the Harcesis episode is also really good, because it teaches you that great idea of sometimes the only way you win is by not engaging.
Yeah. Well, the Harcesis is kind of like the hybrids in World of Darkness. They're bad news for everybody. You know, and so the Goa'uld would prevent them from happening, because a child like that would become more powerful than they were, and that was a threat to them that they couldn't handle. Everybody else wanted the kid dead, because a child like that would become more powerful than the Goa'uld.
Well,
and
the episode is so good that way, because it shows you the technology that it harbors to destroy everything. Not to mention, see, Apophis wanted it to become his host, which is a little sick and weird when you think about it.
Well, I mean, if you're going from a mythology angle, it's not the sickest thing gods have ever done.
No, but it's still, it's really fucked up. And that's, and it's, but that's why it's also good. And that's why Stargate is one of these great classic shows that reminds you what good writing is and how they can tackle so many different topics in just sometimes one episode. And, or it's a series of episodes that all come together to show you a through line. And everything with Shara, the Harcesis, it's great. So this should be farther down the line, and I think it's going to, you're going to agree, and you've already said that, and you'll agree more with what we see coming on further on.
Yeah.
Hunter Riley's brutal death in Universe. Now, I don't remember this because I've only seen season 2 once. So, Samuel, why don't you walk us through
Okay, so season 2, they end up, in one of the shuttles, and they're going down to explore this planet. But this planet has like brutal riptides in the atmosphere, right? So they hit ungodly turbulence that sends them crashing down. And when they crash, like, there's a bunch of superficial injuries and some people who really need to, get back, but obviously they can't, because fucking shuttles basically crushed into a mountainside. Riley gets pinned under debris. And when they try to move the debris, they realize that it's
a crushed,
putting pressure on his arteries that have been exposed. And he essentially, Colonel Young he doesn't want to bleed out. So Colonel Young gets everybody away, and he agrees to take care of it. And
Minecraft him.
Riley.
Yeah, right. There it is.
Slow,
right there,
and it's fucking ugly. And it's an awful thing to watch.
Yeah.
And this scene right here that you're seeing right there, that haunts Young's character for pretty much the rest of the season.
Well, yeah, it was a mercy, but it was done in a way that is visceral almost.
Yeah. It was a little too, there was no soundtrack, there was nothing but the sounds of the scene, and it was,
I mean,
it was a little hard to watch.
kind of a point. I mean, we Jed and I last weekend we did Last of the Mohicans, and there's in the third act at the end there where the major, I suddenly forgot his name, he's getting burned at the stake by the Indians, and Nathaniel turns around at the last second when they're far enough away, and as he's burning, he just takes a shot and shoots him in the head because that's a mercy, same type of thing. But that was long distance with a rifle. This is
well, Riley was dead either way,
Yeah,
and this way his suffering would be over sooner because they didn't even have morphine to give him.
And
and so the only reason he couldn't feel anything is because nerves were severed. But if they lifted the thing up, it became extremely painful for him and all that. And he didn't want to go out like that. So this was, I would say that this was a more haunting death, but it wasn't sadder than fucking Charest.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, and I mean, Last Tolan brings it up. Season 2 was a big improvement over season 1.
Mhm.
But do these characters have the same level of impact of Charest and everything she meant?
Yeah, watching Riley die. Riley was in every episode nearly, but he wasn't a main character. He was kind of like Walter or Siler. He was always present, but he wasn't. They didn't really do that much with him, except on occasion you get little glimpses into who he was. And so this hit like watching Walter die,
which we've done a couple times. We've seen it a couple times in a couple variants, reality variants.
Right, and it sucks because we love Walter, but he isn't. It doesn't hit as hard as, like, say, one of the main cast or whoever's more involved in that story arc.
I don't think it's on here, and I'll bring it up when we come to it. Or I don't think it's on here. To me, it's sadder to remember the episode 2010, season 5.
Oh yeah,
SG1 2010. Watching all of SG1 die on that on the assault to try and get the message to the Stargate. That's sadder than this, because that is versions of the real team. It's just an alternate timeline that is subsequently erased as soon as the paper goes through the gate. But that's sad because you watch Jack die, you watch Sam die, you watch Daniel die, you watch Teal'c die.
These are the main characters. You've already had a ton of time to get to know the ins and outs of these characters and like who they are and what drives them and all this. So you don't really know that much about Riley besides snippets.
Yeah. So, but I'm saying that's impact sad. This, and I don't remember this because I only watched season 2 once of Universe.
Should have been fucking Chloe Donovan, not Riley. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, I listen. I'm trying to make a sexual joke here, but I don't have the room for it, so I'm gonna move on. I've made some bad ones tonight. Jacob's death. That is huge. It's the end of season 8. It's one of the last hurdles to Sam and Jack, because he basically says, and here's the funny thing: Sam had used Jacob as a reason to not get with Jack in the past in her mind, and to have the real Jacob say, "What are you waiting for?" as he's dying. And then, of course, go ahead, Sam.
Well, Jacob's blending with Selmac was total. Like they were in agreement on damn near everything, and so Selmac was backing his play on that hardcore, and all that. But there are actual legitimate reasons for them to not pursue a relationship. Number one being he is her superior officer in the Air Force. But
we know about all that, but there's a point after this where he is not her commanding officer anymore. Actually, it's very soon after this. He's no longer her direct commanding officer. But that's a whole nother Jack and Sam thing. We can go down that rabbit hole a whole different time, as I'm a giant Sam and Jack proponent. I lived for that every season, waiting for those Sam and Jack moments. I lived for it.
Honestly, I think it works better that they never did get there.
They did get there, though. It was all off camera, though, and there were hints about it in Atlantis that they were there.
Yeah, it's like that. That's a reason that he left, essentially, kind of.
Yeah,
so they could start clapping.
Yeah, I mean, they did. They were there. They got there. They did. Remember the whole.
Let me put it this way. I think it's better that it wasn't a focus of a plot.
Not a plot, but I just wanted it to happen. I just wanted, because there was a whole deleted scene in Atlantis where Sam and what's her name from Firefly who came in.
Yeah, Dr. Fuck. Jewel State.
Jewel State. There was a whole there's a whole deleted scene where they're talking about their relationships, and Sam explains the difficulty of her relationship. So it was there. They just took that scene out. They took it out in Atlantis. And of
At
course,
least they applied it that there was something.
one of my favorite moments in Atlantis is how when Sam's moving in at the beginning of season 4, and in her office you see the pictures of Teal'c and Daniel and all that stuff and everybody else there. But then when you go to her room, the picture of Jack is for her private quarters. And I always love that little moment. It's like, yes, thank you. Anyway, the death of Selmax.
Yeah, to get back to that, it was, well, it was very sad, but it was, again, there was a finality to it and a completeness to it that totally made sense. I mean, it wasn't like a hard pill to swallow necessarily, especially when the very episode that we met both Jacob and Selmac, they were dying then. And it was only their union that saved both of them. And so this was kind of it coming full circle a little bit. And so, you know, I don't hate it, but yeah, it is sad because they became beloved characters. But
and it's powerful because it's very funny because this whole episode is going up against Daniel and Anubis in the diner. And
that was awesome.
It's a fantastic, while everybody's just sitting here dealing with this, and then you have Daniel dealing with Anubis in the diner. It's a great parallels all going on. They're just watching this happen, and Jack being there for Sam, and just like you said, everything of Jacob's storyline. It's one of these great moments in a series that can go for so long, where you get a complete storyline like this. You get Jacob's chance to be the father he never could be, both to Sam and his son. And he admits it. I got this extra time. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I should have died years ago. We got to be a real family, a real father-daughter, and I got to make amends with your brother. And it hits home, and you love it, and you're sad to see Jacob go, because he became a staple. Like, oh, we're getting a Jacob episode. All right, we're getting a Jacob episode. This is great.
I fucking love Jacob episodes. They're usually huge adventures and a lot of fun. Ariel's asking, Selmac decided to go ahead and die with Jacob. Kind of. Selmac was too weak at that point from trying to keep both of them alive to be able to blend with the new host. And also, Selmac is fucking ancient.
Yeah. And then she goes into a coma, and Jacob says, Selmac's already gone. It's just me now. And we held on for this. Jake, like I said, like you said, Jacob episodes are always great. I like one of the first ones, and he returns in season 4 when they're going after Seth. I always say Seth because of Conan. When they go after Seth, and he's a general. He still holds the rank of general in the Air Force, but they're on the mission, and Jack's in control, and the ATF guy goes to him. Do you always let your subordinates talk for you? He says, only when they're making sense. I love it. And the thing is, he fits right in with the tone of everything. It's love it. This should also be a little higher on the list, I think.
Yeah, I'd agree.
It should be higher on the list.
There was a lot more weight to this one than some of the others.
Yeah, and it's season 8. This is the last time we get the original cast together, because season 9, our RDA leaves the show, comes back for a guest spot a couple times, and on this,
and he does some guest spots on Atlantis too.
But he's essentially gone.
And Universe, actually.
Yeah, well, the premiere in Universe. Yeah, he's there in the premiere. He's there a couple times though.
No, he shows up later, because there's periods where he is in charge at the SGC while when they're using like the communication stones.
Because he's been bumped up to 3. Yeah, because he's bumped up to 3-star at this point. He's gone.
Yeah, so Young has several kind of debriefings with O'Neill throughout the course of that series.
Yeah, because at that point he has moved to DC, where he's in charge of the DC branch of the Gate program, which makes Sam not directly under his command anymore, which is why I brought that up earlier. And Sam's also in charge of a ship at that point. She's commanding a ship. Okay, this does not belong at number 5.
No, that belongs at number 1. That one maybe almost quit the show.
It blew everybody's mind. And Blue Armand's like, oh
Yeah.
shit, you're killing Daniel. And yes, he ascends, but it's dude, what the fuck? And this number 5.
I'll amend that at least number 2 because I can think
Top
of
3.
one other SG1 death
Yeah,
that
definitely
I
top
would
3.
place above that.
I think there is an SG1 death that is number 1. I think it's the number 1, and it can make the argument. But this was season 5, and remember, at this moment they didn't know they were getting season 6.
Yeah, this was the end of season 5.
This is the penultimate episode because then they go to pick up Thor on.
Yeah.
Or they meet not Loki. They meet Freyr. No, who's the clone? Who's the one doing the cloning?
I thought that was Loki.
Was Freyr?
Oh,
Freyr? No. Loki.
Yeah.
Loki's the body swap.
Loki's the one who's been kidnapping yokels on Earth and experimenting on them.
Yeah. And we get young Jack. And then there's two, which makes basically 2 Jack O'Neills running around on Earth. A young one with the mind of a 50-year-old. Go forth, I love the end of that episode where you're gonna be okay, and then he gets out, and the girls immediately go forward. He goes, "Go forth, young man." But this is an amazing episode. It's also our introduction to Ascension. Really, we've touched on it a couple of times.
It's also our introduction to Jonas Quinn and Naquadria.
Yep, which plays a massive role in season 6. And of course, Michael Shanks left to thinking he was going to go do other things, and realized, hey, wait a minute, I had a good thing here. I'm coming back in season 7. I'm coming back. Although his guest spots in season 6 were fantastic.
Yeah. The last Tolan says it was Heimdall. Yeah, I think you're right. Dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
See, it's great having another fan.
Wasn't Freyr the asshole who was on the Prometheus in engineering?
I think you're right.
Who's always been muttering under his breath.
They all look the same, you know.
Listen,
well, they're all clones.
I know, joke.
Last Tolan brings us up here. When you think Breaktech gets ganked at the end of season 7. Oh man, was I clenched up. I'm like, oh no, Breaktech can't die. Breaktech can't die.
Yeah.
No, but then of course he lived. I was like, thank you.
Season 7 had some fucking spectacular shit going on. That was a great season. It was probably the last really great one. Yeah,
the Antarctica battle, that the epicness of the when the X-303s arrive to run cover for SG1. Oh man, that gets me every freaking time. And then Hammond shows up in the Prometheus. I love the season 7 finale so much. I love it so much. But this should be higher. It was so impactful at the time. And yes, it was an Ascension thing, like Skara, but this was the first time we've seen it done. And we didn't know if we were ever going to see Daniel again. He might as well have been dead. And this should be way higher, especially where I think a couple of the other things are going to be on here.
Why is this even on here? Like,
I don't know.
Jack's character, but it happened off fucking screen in the movie.
Yeah. It happens in the original, before the original movie. It's
the whole premise for why he was willing to go on a suicide mission in the first place. So yeah, it had to happen. But like, you don't know fuck all about Charlie O'Neill. The only reason that you do is because of Cold Lazarus, where the alien like kind of impersonates him and tries to learn about him to heal him,
which is an important episode, and why you don't skip it, because it's part of Jack's evolution in season 1.
Right. But, and it is, and it's really good and all that stuff. But I don't know that I would. Like the way they filmed it, the way they wrote that scene where he's hanging outside with his wife and the gunshot goes off, that hit fucking hard. It did, but we still don't really know Charlie, you know, and so I wouldn't even put this fucking on the list, let alone this high.
Should not be here.
It's just sad because it's a kid, but I mean, you have no connection to him. You have no emotional connection. It's in there every episode.
There's more power in Groundhog Day episode to it when they finally figure out how to stop the loop, and they go into the final time to confront the dude who started the whole thing. And the guy says, I lost my wife. You don't understand. And Jack yells, I lost my son. Mm-hmm. It's more powerful there than here.
Yeah. And you know, like this is like putting putting Uncle Ben's death above Gwen Stacy and fucking Harry Osborn in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right? It's like you don't really like Uncle Ben's important to the formation of the character and to his motivations and to his drive going
don't
forward.
know
The same
him.
thing with Charlie, but you aren't really supposed to know him.
Yeah.
You know, because he's not a character, he's an event.
Yeah, his death's not meant to make you feel bad. It's meant to be a story thing to it, a purpose to it.
It's meant to connect us to Jack and have us have sympathy and emotion towards Jack. We don't have emotion about Charlie because Sammy, you said it perfectly. We don't know Charlie. Never know
It's a
Charlie.
story plot. That's all it is.
So I agree. It doesn't even belong on here. I had the same thought when I saw it here. All right, number 3, the death of the Asgards.
Yeah, that one, because Thor, you really get to know Thor a lot.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
more him than just the Asgards.
They Minecraft their entire civilization.
Yeah, I was actually kind of pissed about that.
So was I. Especially because I don't like that. I don't like that episode as a whole. I really don't like that episode of this season 10 finale.
It's like you guys are having trouble like with the replicators. The replicators are winning the war. Okay, fucking relocate. It's not the first time your species has done that. You guys can't continue to clone yourselves because of the cellular degeneration. That makes sense, but there's no reason that you should end your fucking existence early. It's like, I'm not saying make more, degenerate clones. I'm just saying, like, why not live out the lives that you have in the bodies that you currently occupy?
Yeah. And the thing is, their technology is so far advanced. They haven't found a way to like take their consciousness and put it into other bodies or something like that. Like they haven't evolved to where they could get past that.
Thor haunted fucking Anubis's ship's computer.
Yep. I was just going to say that. Yep.
And he did it again on what was the name of that ship? When they were trying to fix him, when they were trying to get him back into his body, like they uploaded him into an Asgard ship computer.
Yeah. We know that they have that tech. Well, they don't, but the ancients had that technology because the old archive that downloaded it to Jack's brain that took him to the Asgards in the first place.
Yep.
If they're that advanced, they can't take that technology from the ancients, find a way to do it, and like imprint themselves into the body of some other like clones of people, like or something. So there's not really a soul or a person in there, but they're just empty shells, and upload themselves into there and say we just have to start being a different species or whatever. But our brains will go on. But no, they're just all we're dead. Goodbye, my friends. It's like
It pissed me off, and that's why I was glad in Atlantis when the rogue Asgard showed up. Like, yes, we got Asgards again, and they got attitude. But
those guys were dicks.
Yeah, those guys real dicks, and I wanted to see more of them because they had freaking powered armor. But this, I didn't like this, and it is tragic because these are the dudes. Early on, of course, Jack's always going, I love those guys. And the relationship that they have with the humans, they start naming ships after them and stuff like that. The Asgard became a staple, and then to just have them be the final thing that goes in the end of the regular seasons was rough.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, again, it led to an episode that I don't like. That season 10 finale. I don't like that episode. I really don't. There's a couple things I like in it, but most of all, I really don't like it. It bugs me a lot. And this is the catalyst of it. So maybe that's a reason. I don't know. This is up there. I still think I think Daniel Jackson should be higher than this one, though.
Yeah.
Because it was more impactful. All right. Top 2. All right. Guesses on the top 2. Important, impactful things we haven't seen yet. Guesses? Nothing?
No.
Okay. We'll go. All right. Number 2. Beckett's death.
Oh, that did bother me.
Especially because that's why Sam didn't respond, because we lost him. I'm like,
Sam just runs all.
All right, let's wait for Samuel to get back for a second. Let's talk. People can't ask our minds. True, but those are people. I think they're just talking. We're talking about the sense that they should have just kept going with the way they were going, and they completely abandoned at least. I don't like that they ran away from using the original bodies that had been searched, that they had found at the end of season 5. I don't like that they abandoned that plot line. It would have been interesting if they had done something more with that. I mean, yes, they used it, and I think Thor says at one point, yes, it's helped out a little bit, but I still don't like the Asgard's Minecraft their whole planet. I don't like it because it just removes them. It removes them from the story completely, which is why I said I was glad when the rogue Asgard returned in Atlantis, because that made it cool and it made it fun. All right, Sam. All right, everybody. All right, yes, Sam will be back. We'll finish the list of them when Sam goes back. So let's scroll back up here because that we have to talk about that. That was worth. But this is why I love the show so much. There are so many, even just races are important to have in there. I mean, there was the whole did you ever wonder if they were ever going to do something with the Furlings?
Yeah, that always kind of bothered me because they're one of the 4 races or whatever of,
the
these
original
super
4,
intelligence. And yeah, we got one episode with them. Well, they came in like to another episode, but just to like take the people who were without a planet or what.
Well, no, we never saw them.
No, yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
Yeah,
we never saw the Furlings. No, we didn't.
We saw them in if you have the first episode where they're all like, we don't fight back and all that stuff.
No, those are the Nox.
Sorry, that's right. You're right. The Nox ship.
Those are the Nox.
I get them mixed up. Yeah, you're right. You never see the Furlings. You're right.
That's one of the great mysteries of Stargate. We never saw the Furlings. There was only one episode where they were a central focal point, and it was just their technology. It's the one where Harry and Jack get transported out of a temple, and Sam thinks they get transported to another place on the planet, but they got transported to the moon that was in the sky. And it's the whole thing where they go where the flowers make them where the flowers of the food on the planet, the weeds make them crazy. And Harry and Jack almost kill each other. And Sam also loses her shit because it's still so soon after Daniel died, because this is season 6. So it's still so soon after Daniel died. And now, of course, Jack, who she is suppressing her feelings for, disappears like this. She can't give it up. But that was Furling technology. And that was it. And then Furling technology had to be taken over by the Gould.
Well, it's something.
We saw the joke version. Yeah, the only time we see was the joke version. That doesn't count.
Yeah. It's something they could address if they ever like actually went back into Stargate, but I mean, I don't really want them to, just because we know they'll fuck it up.
Yeah, no. Oh, we don't want them anywhere near Stargate.
The hole that they could use. Yeah.
Nowhere near Stargate. That's why every time they kept talking about, Amazon's doing this, I kept thinking, please don't, just leave it alone. I mean, even if you're gonna do it, at least make something new. Don't touch what exists anymore. Because remember, about last year when I did a video on it, there were rumblings about it, and you looked at who was involved. None of the original creators were involved.
Yeah,
nobody was involved. Okay, Sam was back.
They would destroy it so bad.
Yeah, we never want them near that. Okay,
and that is
go ahead.
The shitternet.
Yes. All right. So we were just talking about the Furlings. You want to add anything on that before we go?
Yeah, the only time that we saw the Furlings at all was in that joke episode with the Hollywood pitches, where they showed up as kind of Ewok-looking munchkins on the
and that was
and that was like, I saw an interview with some of the guys like Brad Wright and
Melosi,
Bob Melosi and Bob. I can't remember his fucking name. He was a showrunner forever. Anyway. And where they were saying, yeah, we got so annoyed with people asking us about the Furlings, we were just like, fuck it, we're never showing them.
Like I said, I would like if they did find somebody who would do it well, and they did come back, that they addressed that and the Nox, because I think the Nox was a big kind of hole. You only saw them those 2 episodes. You never really got to address them. You saw a ton about the Asgards, you see a ton about the Ancients, but not much about those 2. And so. Well, I would really like to see where that went.
I think it's okay with the Nox because we know the Nox. They just live there and they hide from the universe. They just hide.
Yeah, but there could be so much more to it.
But they're
You know,
pacifists. What are they going to
So
do?
I don't know. Something they could address.
All right. Sorry. So number 2, the death of Beckett. That
one was rough.
It was rough. It was such a shock because he'd just done the brilliant surgery.
So I think I know what number 1 is.
Yeah, by now you know what number 1 is, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And this one hit me because he had. The thing about Atlantis was that it wasn't designed the same way SG-1 was, where you had your main team. No, it was more than just the team that goes out on a mission. It was the entire the entire crew of the mission.
Yeah.
Everybody that joined. And of course, and Beckett had become a good character at this point. We liked him. He was funny. He was a great pairing with Rodney. It was always good humor and always the positive to Rodney's negative.
Yeah.
And for him to go out like that, just walking, and I remember the promos for the episode. They showed it in a way where it didn't look like he was blowing up, and you didn't know what was going on. And then, of course, in the episode, it happens. And then, of course, you get Rodney's final moment here. They're showing it right here where he's talking to him, and he's not really there about we should have gone fishing together. I shouldn't have. It's really powerful. And then to have his clone come back, and then the existential question is: the clone him?
Yeah.
Can it be him? And oh man,
It was. I had mixed feelings about the clone. Obviously, everybody was taken aback by this. Sort of like they fucking did it again. But
we got Dr. Hottie.
Yeah, we
Jewel
did.
State.
We
I mean,
did.
listen, Jewel State was great. I mean,
She was, but Paul McGillion was he was a really fantastic character on this as Carson, and they fucking did it again, and then they bring him back with the clone thing, and I was just like, it's like what happened with Weir. Like you're not 100% sure what happens to Weir. You don't know for a fact that she died until later when Replicator Weir says that she did.
Yeah.
And that was a little bit different, right? Whereas this, like, we fucking watched Carson die here.
Yeah. And all the stuff with Weir, that was also contract problems, and they set something up that they didn't follow through on because she didn't come she didn't come back.
Sure, but there was just this they didn't write her out of the show exactly
Yeah.
either. They just kind of left it ambiguous and all that, and they didn't tie it up until later with the human form replicators.
Yeah, that was basically we see the writing on the wall. Looks like we're canceled. Let's tie everything up as quickly as possible in these final episodes, and that was one of those. But it still hit hard when he died, man. It was rough. I still wouldn't put it above Daniel though.
Yeah,
no. I would put Daniel at the very least at number 2.
Yeah.
I'm a little torn on whether he should be 1 or not, given the next one.
Now you know what number 1 is: the death of Dr. Fraser.
Those first Dr. Hottie.
I know, dude. She had some tits, man.
I would.
You remember the episode where she took it off everything? She was in the tank top. She was going around. She's like, "Hey, boys!" I was like, "God damn."
Yes.
I would have been in medical all the time.
Yes. Janet Fraser, who had been there since season 2, I believe, if my memory is right. She had been there many times. She had been helping out. Had a lot of unlikely great episodes. The episode where Cassie's mutating.
Her death actually opens up a whole fucking can of worms, because there was a lot of stuff tied to Janet Fraser that they just really didn't do anything with. Number 1 being what the fuck happened to Cassie after she died. Like, you never find out.
If we go by 1968, Cassie lives a long and normal life. If you
that's good.
Then again, we don't know. Did the timeline of 1968 continue with everything that goes on? We don't know. That's the thing.
But yeah, no, This one sucked because she had gone from being the occasional guest star to a series regular and became over many seasons. She was there for half the fucking show.
Yep.
As a very beloved character and very well fleshed out. And it's
a two-parter, and you show her, you're getting a little bit of her personal life. Someone's hitting on her, and she's actually into it. And and then she goes off, and then they do this whole thing. Who's the one that died? None of us knew. None of us knew until
everybody thought it was Jack at first.
Yeah, you're thinking it's Jack because of the way everybody's reacting. And then when Daniel gives over the recording, she's there, and then she's not. And when that staff blast just knocks her out of the camera, you're like, oh shit.
That's fucking brutal.
You go, what? It hits you. It's like, oh shit.
Well, it was sudden, and you were completely unprepared for it. Like Daniel spent the whole episode dying. Yeah. Right. And he got to make his piece. Carson, dies suddenly, but there's a whole episode around like him moving on as well, in as he goes. With her, it's just so abrupt. Like death happens in real life very often. No one had any time to prepare for that. Nobody. I also got to point out here too that Saul Rubinek's performance as the documentary director is fucking incredible.
Oh yeah,
in this two-parter.
Yeah. So, and Saul Rubinek, veteran character actor, veteran on this stuff. We know him from, of course, Warehouse 13. He was great, and the thing is, what he's saying throughout those entire 2 episodes, he's not wrong in everything he's saying. He's not wrong.
No, he's
at
not.
all.
And that fucking speech he gives about about not covering it up, about being responsible, and about getting ahead of stuff, and how it is irresponsible not to make this thing. God, that was such a great fucking speech.
And at the end, to have Hammond say, "You were right," when Hammond had been so resistant, and those 2 episodes are so impactful in terms of a lot of messaging and the character work, and then like we said, the suddenness of Janet Fraser's death. And then there's that little hopefulness that they name that the man who she saved, he names his daughter Janet. And it comes around. It's like, okay, something good did come out of this because she was doing what she always did, saving a life, even at the cost of her own. Without her, that man would have died. And it gets you, man. It gets you. And once we said so far, that's why this show is one of the greatest of all time. That's why when we did the listing, it went to GOAT, because it has all these moments. It has characters that grow and change and evolve that you wouldn't think are going to be characters you care about. But the show, they make the effort. They take the time to make you care.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help. It doesn't matter. It also helps, that Terrell Rothery had a great rack.
He still does, actually. But,
yes.
She's still a damn good-looking woman.
High and tight.
It's not. I mean, she doesn't have as much gravity to worry about as a taller woman. I will say that. She's very short.
Yes, and I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. Anyway, all right. So this went as though as I thought. We agree with most of these deaths that they're impactful, but I would agree that this is in the top 3. This should be in the top 3 because of her importance to the show. But a lot of these throughout this, they should have been. They're not in the right places, and something like this one doesn't even belong. To be honest, anything from the one from Universe, that should not have been higher than anything from Atlantis or SG-1. It should not have been, despite its visceral nature of it, as Samuel described it. Anyway, it shouldn't have been. Yeah, this is why I knew this would be a good one tonight, because it took us down some nice Stargate stuff, and I will answer this question. I would say Kinsey's worse than Kavanaugh.
Oh, I disagree. I disagree. Kavanaugh is such a fucking grating sack of shit. I kept waiting for fucking somebody to airlock him you know, or just drop him in the fucking ocean or something because he was such a piece of shit the entire time. Whereas Kinsey, while he was the villain and he was a villain, I love Ronnie Cox. I'll watch him be a villain all goddamn day long.
Oh yeah,
you know.
yeah. The only time he wasn't a villain was in Beverly Hills Cop. It's the only time he wasn't a villain.
Yeah, he was pretty good in those though.
Yeah, but I see. Thing about Kinsey is that I like good mainstay villains, and in the end, Kinsey got the worst possible ending. He got taken over by a Gould.
Yeah,
I mean it's so deserving that he ends up a Gould after all his machinations.
Yeah. You remember that time where he like faked his own assassination and blamed O'Neill for it, and then they went and they got the real guy, and then he was shaking hands with O'Neill for a photo op. He's like, "Son, you just got me the White House."
And
son of a bitch.
He almost did.
Yeah.
God, I love it so much. I love it so much. Yeah, Stargate did have wait, did I just no, that's my wrong button. Good thing my camera's closed.
I thought that was my internet again. I was like, what the fuck?
No, I hit the wrong when I'm in avatar mode, I forget I hit the wrong button sometimes because they're both lit up. And they did have that they had some slice of life episodes occasionally. They didn't have a lot of them.
Yeah, there were a few.
I think Atlantis had more slice of life episodes than SG1 did, actually, when you think about it.
Well, because when they finally got the ability to go back home, with the not so much with the Seeing Stones, but when they were able to gate back, and then they could take like a 3-week ride on a ship back to Atlantis, kind of thing. They got a lot more time back on Earth after that. And they did a fair amount of that. Like there was the episode with Weir where she was going to her significant other Simon and trying to convince him, because he's top of his field too or whatever, to come to another or another galaxy and go exploring and shit like that. He's just like,
well,
no.
He'd be like, first of all, listen, I don't want a chance that I see Sam because I was one of her boyfriends for a minute.
Well,
using actors.
Yeah, well, he was also he I think he played like 3 or 4 characters throughout all the Stargate stuff actually, but you know, they do that. But yeah, and then he was just like, no, my life's here. Also, I'm seeing somebody else, so bye.
I thought you were dead. That's
right.
You know, I mean, let's be honest. That's fair. He mourned, and then he moved on. I mean, they thought they were dead for a year, so. It's kind of fair.
They actually do some really cool character work in Universe. I know Universe is not a beloved, but when they start using the stones and they have to wear someone else's body when they confront their loved ones who think they're dead, kind of shit. Like there's some really interesting stuff they do with that. Like Ming Na's character is gay, right? And dating Reiko Islesworth, who I only know from Alien versus Predator, Requiem, and 24. But they had a really interesting relationship. You know, I could care less if they were gay. You know, like that's like a thing we see nowadays. You just like, oh my gosh,
I completely forgot they were gay. I completely forgot she was gay. That's how much of an impact it made on me.
Yeah, but it just like their gayness really wasn't the center of the story. It was about the hardship of being in a relationship that is so long distance that it's impossible to physically be, you know, in the same room unless somebody's wearing someone else's body. And like there was a one particular episode where Ming Na's character switched places with a paraplegic, because that paraplegic was an expert on, like, you know, hyperspace engines and shit. And her wife or girlfriend or whatever has to spend that time while the chick's on her ship fixing the engines, taking care of this invalid who is just the face of her lover who's off in another galaxy, kind of shit. And I mean, it was hard to watch. They did a really good job with that. There was some really good character work there.
And that's season 2, as we said. That's when they were getting their footing, and then it was just over. And good night, Legatus, man. As always, thanks for hanging out, man. But yeah, so and last Tola mentioned it. I agree. The McKay brain parasite episode. That's a fan. I love that episode. It's got all. It's to watch a man who prides himself on his intelligence slowly lose it and try to cope with it. And then when all he's left with is his emotion and his instincts, that's that. God, I love it all so much. I really do.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start watching it. God damn it, I can't. I started. So I took a break from One Piece for a while because there was issues with access. I have the access again, so I started watching it again, and I have to say that Thriller Bark is proving to be boring.
It's not the best. It drags on in the middle too long. The final battle is pretty good, and the fallout of when it ends sets up a lot of cool things.
Yeah, it was already a no-go for me when they fucking set it up so that Usopp was basically going to have to save everybody.
Well, I just finished. I mean, I'm where Devil is. I was where Devil is right now. When you get to Dressrosa, God damn it! If it's even after the time skip and Usopp is still doing Usopp shit, everybody else has changed and grown, and Usopp is doing Usopp shit still. It's really annoying. I want to slap Dermy. I love Usopp. No, you don't.
I would quit and I would be like, this is dumb and I don't want to watch it anymore. But I did make a deal with Dermy and he is holding up his end, so I gotta keep going.
You're coming to the. I mean, I know you had an early criticism that there's no about the lack of deaths and all
the
that
lack
kind
of
stuff.
Impact, the lack of any kind of stakes whatsoever.
You're coming up on the biggest impacts of all right now. It starts a chain of event of impacts, honestly, that are about to start happening once you get past Sabati Archipelago and everything that goes on. You want to impact, you're going to get impact. You're going to get impact.
So because like they do it multiple times. I'm just going to say some names here so as not to give away plots and stuff, so that you'll know what I'm talking about. Fucking Alabasta, right? And then again at Water 7.
All right, Alabasta. There's payoff for that. That's set up for later, and there's even more for that. Again, there's impact of Alabasta way later. Water 7. Into Enies Lobby.
Enies Lobby was awesome. I liked Enies Lobby. But Water 7, like after I finished Water 7, I was like, they fucking did it again.
Listen, you're good. All I gotta say is the war of the war of the best. After
Skypiea, they do it there too.
Well, Skypiea is more hated than Skypiea is probably the most hated arc whenever discussions come up. And yes, we've transitioned from Stargate to One Piece.
Yep, seamlessly.
It is what it is, man. I will say also that I'm not impressed with Brooke at all so far.
Yeah,
Brooke grows on you because he's
I can hope so because he's annoying as shit right now.
He's comic relief. His best stuff comes after the time skip. There's not much to do with him until after the time skip. That's the thing.
Right. Well, right now where I'm sitting at, he's basically just the fucking Deus Ex Machina that sets up Thriller Bark, and the only way they had to make him like at all, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for here, sympathetic, I guess. Wasn't the shadow thing? It was that tying him back to an earlier event at the beginning of the fucking Grand Line, which I was just like, okay, that's cheap.
Yeah,
actually, I like it. I love it. I like that kind of stuff with this because it gives them their overall arc, and that's how you know you're getting a Straw Hat member when they have this thing they need to accomplish by going around and doing it the world.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan. The only one member of the crew who's joined since they got to the Grand Line that I actually love is Chopper. You know, I like Robin. I don't love her. Frankie's okay sometimes. Other times I'm just like, dude, what the fuck is this character?
He's a pervert. He's a pervert. It's great. Well, Robin's my waifu. She's my One Piece waifu.
Yeah, I know. Something about I don't get it. I don't think she's that pretty.
Oh, whatever. They redo her animation for the time skip.
Do they change her fucking nose?
Yes, it gets.
It's just like with Nami. After the time skip, you're like, ooh.
Everybody gets their image redone in the time skip somewhat. And Robin, her. Let's just say after time skip, she clearly never wears underwear. She's never wearing any underwear. Either way, yeah. But the impacts of, just got to say, the events right after you're done with Thriller Bark, Sabbaty, and the events that transpire in that, which is the catalyst for everything leads up to the War of the Best arc after Amazon Lily and Impel Down. That is, there's impact. The impact begins, and then the finale of the War of the Best, the Marine Ford arc. That is, yeah, I can't spoil it. I mean, Devil knows exactly what I'm talking about.
I've got an idea of what happens because other people have been less tight-lipped about it. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Okay, see, I work very hard because I mean, Gal might be listening at this point in the show. She's not as far ahead. She's
Or
kind of where
Static.
you are, I think. Or Static, yeah. So, I mean, Devil, you can agree. Starting with Marine Ford, impact is there, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then afterwards, after the time skip, continual impact of deaths and deaths that matter, and it only keeps piling up to even the moment where I am now, where I'm on a 3-week break because Oda Sensei is just basically getting a wellness check for himself after the death of Akira Toriyama. Shit has gone down, so much gone down on Egghead, and I think Oda realized at that point that he had not done enough to have impactful moments on characters going down, and I think he definitely changes his tone going forward once you go to the time skip.
I'm sure Oda's also realized at some point that if he doesn't finish the story, like
that was, Dermy
yeah.
and I were talking about this on Thursday last week on Anime Odyssey. The fact that Oda, who was essentially a student of Akira Toriyama, and he looked at Akira Toriyama as his sensei, and he was impacted by this massively. And he a couple weeks ago said, "I'm going to take 3 weeks off. There's nothing wrong with me." I mean, he did have surgery earlier this year. He said, "There's nothing wrong with me, but I need to take sense of myself, and I need to see what is One Piece." And some people have said, "Oh my God, he doesn't know what he's writing." No. That to me, and Dermy did agree with me on this one, that he's basically analyzing what is the worldwide meaning of One Piece now that the live action has success, and also where am I exactly? How much more time do I have left to finish this in terms of how much more do I have to go? And like you just said, Samuel, the death of Toriyama made him realize, this is my assessment. He never said this. This is my assessment, that I want to live to see the end of my creation.
Yeah.
So I have no problem with him taking a month to do a wellness check. I got no problem. Does it make me go, I want this now, because of the massive reveal we're about to get about what's about an important historical point in the entire saga. We're got to get the biggest fucking reveal all of us been wondering forever. We're right there, and he's going to take a break. So it's like, but I accept it, and I don't want him to die.
What's there's two things that come to mind. Either they're finally going to say what happened during that they don't want people to talk about, that you're not allowed to talk about, or and maybe they've already addressed this. What the hell does the D's mean? Because I'm not at that part yet.
Nobody, but we still don't know what the Will of D is. It's still only hinted at. I mean, the only people who knew exactly what the Will of D is are dead. Roger knew because Roger was a D. Gold D Roger. They called him Gold Roger to erase the D. Gold D Roger. He knew because he reached, I don't know, I want to say Raftel. They're trying to say it's Laftel now. I always say Raftel. He reached that, and that's where the answer is. And he told Whitebeard. Whitebeard what it was, and Whitebeard's like, "Oh, really? Okay."
You want to know what the D is?
They revealed the D in they revealed Gold Roger's D in Skypiea with the ancient stones.
On his own, he signed it himself, Gold D Roger. So the Will of D, we're not there. No, we're about to get the Void Century reveal. Is what we're about to get.
That's by the end of this, they better have told us those three.
No, we're getting it now. We're literally there. We're literally there.
What's the D? What are they trying to cover up the history?
Devil wants
and two, what's the One Piece? Those are the
Devil
three.
You know what the D is.
Well, yeah. I
No,
know
but
the
whatever
D
the
is.
will of D, we're gonna get that because that's a major
That's how Dermy
plot
made his
point.
career.
Well, it's how Dermy makes his living. To be honest.
No, but
So it's
those
like-
three things.
No,
It's
we're
reminding
getting.
me of. Did you guys ever see Silver Streak with Gene Wilder?
Yeah. Long time ago.
Okay, so you know the first time he gets off the train and he meets up with Rita Babtree and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'll take you into town, but you got to finish milking on my cow here." And he's like, "Well, I've never done that before." And she's like, "Oh, Steve, you're a grown man. I'm sure you've had some similar experience." I love that fucking movie.
But yeah, so we're getting Void Century. We are literally a chapter or two away from the reveal of the Void Century, and I'm excited. I'm very excited because a lot of things are falling into place in the story right now, and it's a lot of shit has happened. And again, I can't say it tonight either because Devil, you're not that far. You haven't reached some things, and Samuel's not even close to that. So I don't want to spoil anything because I will keep my lips shut because I don't want people to be ruined for the good stuff because there's so many good things when they happen for the first time. I mean, like I said, I'm on the Zoe arc right now, and I've only read that once, and I remember all the big points. I don't remember the little points. I mean, this is so much a spoiler, but I asked Devil a question because it's not real spoiling. Let's just say a lot of animal people have shown up, and I asked Devil the question earlier. I don't know if you were listening, Samuel. What do you think Sanji's doing? Do you think Sanji's gone furry on us? And the answer is yes.
I mean, he is a pervert.
Sanji went full furry, because I just watched the episode this tonight because I was eating dinner.
I just watched him beat the crap out of a guy because he was pissed that the dude had the clear fruit before he did, so that that guy can peep on girls and not him. Sanji's a fucking pervert.
This is lies and slander. That
is it though?
It is lies and slander. No, Ariel's trying to make this thing that we're denying it too hard. Because I said no. Even in my degeneration when it comes to anime and boobs, I will not cross the line into furries. I will not do that. It will not happen. Anyway, but yeah, I think you're gonna like it even more as you get to these pre-time skip arcs, the last couple, and then the time skip. Shit really gets good because the stakes are higher in terms of everybody involved, and trust me, people start dying left and right in terms of both villains and historical stuff. So
look, Adam, it's not so much that I necessarily want, everybody to die or anything. I just there have been several moments where there were clear sacrifices or defeats that should have resulted in death. And the fact that it didn't undercuts the meaning of those deaths.
Well, there's just a couple of them that I know you're referring to Crocodile. Trust me.
Oh, I'm actually referred to. I forget the guy's name. The dude who turns into the Falcon.
Oh, the Falcon. Okay, yeah, he should have died.
That was bullshit.
He should have died.
Straight bullshit.
He should have died. You're right. I'm not gonna argue that.
Yeah, there is a lot of that where like you'll be like, oh man, how's he? And somehow he'll survive. Especially like Adam said, there's a part that comes up and you're like, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, or like that bit in Skype Pete where the chick's old man shows up and he's like, "Hey, I'm alive too." And they're like, "What? How?" And he's like, "I don't know." It's like, what the fuck?
Skypia is not its strongest.
Yeah.
Neither is Thriller Bark. Thriller Bark's not its strongest.
Oh, Thriller Bark. Dude, the zombies are so fucking bored. And what is it with like of the 7 warlords of the sea, the ones that we have seen so far, the only one that has impressed me in any fucking way is Mihawk.
Oh, dude. Well, yeah, you have not met Don Quixote to Flamingo.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, he's showed up in a few episodes where they were doing stuff with the world government and shit, and he is so goddamn gay.
Oh, devil. He's gonna find out, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
Doflamingo is a monster.
Yeah,
I'm sure he is.
I don't know. Boa Hancock. Oof.
Yeah, but right now with Gecko Moria, like I'm just like, this guy's fucking retarded. Like how is he a warlord of the sea?
They get like you said, they get more And obviously the first ones are the least, aggressive or dangerous because they kind of just keep going up. But when you get towards the end, they get a lot worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, Jinbei sort of counts, but you'll understand that when you get there. It's
I'd like to see like the one of the characters who showed up isn't technically a warlord of the sea, but he is at least as powerful as they are. Is the guy with the ice Logia type?
Aokiji. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the
he was
all the
interesting.
admirals, yeah.
All the admirals are
Yeah.
monsters.
Yeah, and he's not even the worst. Like, there's another one that you'll see later.
Akainu.
Yeah. But I mean, he was an interesting character. There was hints to him that I was like, fuck, I'd like to know more about this guy.
You're gonna get plenty of Aokiji. You're gonna get plenty of Aokiji. And you haven't even met the other two yet.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, you're at the point, and this is why the story really gets strained, because you're at that point where Luffy and crew seem to always overcome. They're about to hit the wall. They are about to hit the wall and understand that, okay, we are in over our heads, and it only gets worse. And that's when you get to the new world and the second half of the Grand Line, the opponents are insane.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it picks up a little bit. I honestly, I'm kind of hoping that somebody just randomly fucking blows Usopp's head off and they dump him over the side of the boat, and that's that. We just wash our hands of them.
I don't even think you've gone by where you are. I don't think you've found out what makes Shanks and stuff so powerful and stuff yet.
Oh no. I know that he is, because I watched his little meeting with the Whitebeard.
Yeah.
But and I know that he's trying to call off what's his name from
Ace
taking
from
on
going after Blackbeard.
Ace, and all that. And I did watch the beginning, at least, of the duel between Ace and Blackbeard, which was pretty cool. But no, I don't. They have been very careful about not revealing anything
It takes
too much about Shanks.
Here's the thing. It's only last year that we got a chapter that hinted at Shanks' full power.
Yeah.
And I mean, Shanks is one of the 4 warlords. He's one of the strongest people in the world, and people get out of his way.
Yeah, that was the other thing, is that they mentioned that it was that there are these 4 guys who make the 7 warlords look like bitches.
Well, no, the Emperor. Sorry, the 4 emperors. Shanks is an emperor.
Yeah.
The Shichibukai, they are just they're there to try and be a balance for the 4 emperors. And you've got Shanks, and at this point where you are, Shanks, you have Kaido, you got Big Mom, and you've got
I think Whitebeard.
Yeah, that's where those are your current 4 emperors.
Yeah,
and it's going to change.
But you find out there's something, because obviously you've seen plenty of the dragon fruits, but obviously Shanks doesn't have a dragon fruit. But you find out why Shanks is so powerful and what his power kind of thing is.
He's got something. Yeah,
it comes up.
Something.
Comes up. You'll see.
Yeah, there's a chapter where they show him actually use his power. And last year it was showing us, it's like, oh shit, that's why Shanks is not just his hockey is massively strong, but he's also got an ability. He's got a special ability. I'm not even sure if it's a devil fruit ability though.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
It's not a devil fruit ability. Because Shanks also has Conqueror's hockey too.
Yeah.
And but yeah, it's the level of the threat level rises massively. And it's good. And you realize that the time skip, the crew does get stronger, and I think you're gonna like Gear 4, and then of course Gear 5.
I'm gonna say, man, like I'm a big fan of Second Gear.
Oh,
I'm a big fan of Second Gear. Second Gear is awesome.
He used it so little, like it was Second Gear, and then they just went right into Third Gear.
Actually, he went right into Third Gear, but he uses it all the time. I mean, at the point after the time skip, Luffy can go to Second Gear and Third Gear without any repercussions. That's how
doesn't turn to Kid Luffy.
Yeah,
because like right now it wears him the fuck out after about a few minutes.
Yeah, he has like he can go for Third Gear for a couple minutes, and then he's Chibi Luffy for like 5. And right now he still needs meat to recharge Second Gear, but after the time skip, he goes Second Gear constantly. After the time skip.
The chibi thing. I don't suppose either of you guys ever played Legacy of Kain Defiance, the 5th Legacy of Kain game.
No. I needed you to tell me there was a fifth game.
Yeah.
There is a cheat code because you jump back and forth the different chapters. You're either Raziel or you're Kane, and there is a cheat code that you can input that turns your character Raziel or Kane into a chibi version of themselves, and it's fucking hysterical. It's so much fucking fun because like your tiny little Kane with like a flip top fucking Muppet head. And so you jump up
Canada,
yeah, or Sesame Street, yeah. And you're going after people, and like normally Kane will get up and they'll bite their necks and suck their blood, or he'll suck it from far away and all that stuff. And this Kane can do that too, but he jumps up in the air and hovers, and then he flips his head open and does this big chomping motion. It's so fucking funny.
Oh man, it's right now at the point of the story where I am, Luffy has fallout from Gear 4, and at the point where I am also in the actual present day, there is still he still doesn't have full control of Gear 5, but Gear 5 is a whole special situation that I can't spoil.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys know they exist because you can't not know they exist from the internet, but I won't detail them.
Yeah, I've been trying not to look shit up.
Yeah. Well, well, obviously, as he keeps getting different gears, there's going to be more than Gear 2 and Gear 3. So
right, but he gets third gear pretty quickly after he gets second. But
you find out he figured out second gear, and then by the end of that chapter, he's got third gear. So it's all like
yeah.
Go
and I did look up a little bit about types of devil fruits in Skypiea because dude kept saying zone type, Logia type. It was really the first time that they actually spent any time talking about that. And I was like, I don't know what these fucking words mean. So
well, it gets to a point later where sometimes it's even hard to identify as something's paramecia. I mean, Logia definitely, but is it something in paramecia? Is it really Logia?
Yeah, well, they kept saying that Luffy's is paramecia, but that's clearly not the fucking case because he keeps kicking the shit out of guys with supposedly more powerful devil fruits.
Well, here's the thing. At this point where you are, Luffy's only faced two Logia types, considered the most powerful, Crocodile. And when he faced Crocodile, it was literally bloody dumb luck that he beat Crocodile because he got himself all bloody. When fighting Eneru, again, that was just luck because he was a rubber band who could actually touch Eneru.
Yeah, because he gets his ass kicked by Aokiji like right out of the gate.
Yeah, Aokiji is Logia. All the admirals are Logias. Admirals at this point. And here's the thing. Devil understands I'm trying to not spoil things here. Luffy, he's gonna find out real quick in a minute after you're done with the third bark that he can't handle a Logia in a straight up fight. He can't. And that's a big deal. There's a way to do it, and he's gonna learn it, but he doesn't know it now.
But that's also the fact that Luffy's a special case because he don't only have the devil fruit, he's also got the power of D. He's also got very powerful hockey. It's him.
He doesn't even. Samuel he doesn't really know what hockey. He's seen hockey.
Yeah,
they haven't named it yet.
When you figure it out more, especially his level of it, you'll understand. But when you put that all together, when you put that all together, it's Luffy that makes the dragon fruit what it is. But it's not the highest level of dragon fruit.
I mean, he has his and here's the thing: there's a current thing going on. What is the Gumu Gumu fruit? The Gum Gum fruit. It's more than what it is, and that's going to get revealed during the Wano arc of what exactly is the Gum Gum fruit. And
see, these are the things that interest me. Usopp is not one of those things. I have not mentioned Usopp at all because he's not on my list of interesting things that I care to know more about.
Usopp didn't bother me till he separates from him and causes all the shit when they get to what's that place? That's when he gets really annoying for me. Before that, he's just like, oh, he's a weird character. Okay, whatever. But when he freaking does that shit to Luffy and starts to fight there, end up causing all the shit pretty much.
They should have left him behind.
I would have. I wouldn't forgive his ass. I'd be like, you're off.
Usopp is a sore spot. I agree. I just got through even in Dressrosa, where again he plays the ultimate role in kind of turning the tide of what goes on there. Devil knows what I'm talking about. It's still annoying. He behaves like a complete jackass during that whole part, and it's stupid.
Yeah,
And
he's always a jackass. I haven't seen him not behave like one.
Usopp never gets better, and there's gonna come a point, and Dermy and I have discussed this. We're kind of hoping to do it this year to do the first of many One Piece episodes on Anime Odyssey. And it might not be on the day of Anime Odyssey. We might do it on a separate day because of not everybody can do it on the Thursday night. I understand that. Where we're going to start chopping it up, and we're going to put together panels where we can all sit down and just go wild talking about that section of One Piece.
I think you do it on arcs and
just we
like
do
whole
that
arcs in each thing.
We were talking about it, and Dermy says, "Can we skip Skypiea?" And I said, "No, but we're going to. We can lump things in. We can make sure we put it all together. Like, we're definitely would talk East Blue first, and then talk first part of the Grand Line, and then you could do Skypiea on its own. But then because you have to do Water 7 and Enies Lobby together, you can do Thriller Bark by stuff. So it would take some working out, but we want to put the panel because a lot of you guys give you a real chance. Even some of you who are sort of new to it over maybe just the past year, getting into it, give you a chance to discuss it, talk about it, and more than just the randomness when we do it like this, just dropping in, and where sometimes we even trot over stuff we've already talked about. So we're looking into doing it hopefully some point this year, and it will be fun because it's just a chance to really get into it without interrupting it with other random stuff, which is obviously what we do sometimes when we bring it up here. We'll talk about it, and then suddenly something will come up, and boom, we're on something else. So, and also dancing around spoilers is rough. So we want to give people enough time to get a little further along.
Well, if you do it in parts too, say the first episode is just East Blue. Everybody should have had a chance to watch East Blue by then. And if your audience is warned that there will be spoilers going in, that it should be all right.
Yeah, that's the plan. That's kind of it. East Blue right up to and through Logtown, and then you start at Laboon and Whiskey Peak and go to Alabasta, because all those kind of blend together, because that's really just that's one entire arc right there. But yes, because we got onto it because we were talking about live action season 2 and how they possibly can handle it, and we came to a conclusion. And it looks, from my theory, and today they did an April Fool's thing, and it showed kind of at the end of it that they're doing Little Garden this season, which is good. You can't skip Little Garden. It's very important for a lot of reasons. I have a feeling
to make the dinosaurs and giants work.
That's to be interesting. But listen, the biggest bar is Chopper. That is the highest bar. They have to. If they don't nail Chopper, it's going to be all wrong. But I think. And here's also a thing, and once again, Dermy agreed with me on this. It's rare. I know that I'm actually saying Dermy is right about something, but he is right to agree with me. You guys know with live action season 1, Oda allowed them to move certain things around. You can't really do that once you hit Logtown and the Grand Line, because certain events all lead on a certain path. You can't move things around. You can't leave things out. So I have a feeling they're going to kind of stay on actual track this season 2. If they want it to work, they're going to start with Logtown, and they're going to end on Drum Island with Chopper. And then if they get a season 3, they're going to make all of season 3 Alabasta. Because if they only have 8 episodes, there's no way they get through Logtown, Whiskey Peak, Little Garden, and Drum Island and Alabasta. It's impossible. It's impossible to tell the story.
It's going to be hard to get through like even 2 of those in one season. I know they went right through East Blue in 8 episodes, but they I don't know. It kind of feels
if you put a whole lot, you give Logtown 1 episode. You can combine Laboon and Whiskey Peak. If you trim it down, that could be 1 episode. There's 2.
Sure.
There are only 8 episodes, and then that gives you 2 episodes, 2 to 3 episodes for Little Garden, probably 2 episodes of Little Garden, and then you can do the remaining 3 or 4 episodes on Drum Island with Chopper, and then you could just stop right there.
Okay, I can see that.
And you just stop right there and leave Alabasta for a season 3. And
I can see that. I'm actually looking forward to it, because like watching the anime, like I get where you and Dermy were coming from. It hasn't changed the fact that I actually very much liked and enjoyed the live action. So I also will say that live action Usopp is indeed more tolerable than anime Usopp, but only just.
But so yeah, that's the if they do that, they can nail the what's the word I want? Pacing of season 2. But then there's the hurdles. You have to you have to get Chopper right. It's going to be they have to nail Chopper, and they have to get Robin right too.
Yeah, and that's going to be. I mean, we're assuming, of course, that their budget is commensurate with this. Sometimes what happens with Netflix seasons too is that their budgets get cut. And they end up having to do more with less. And sometimes that's great. Sometimes it's very innovative. But I think they're going to have a difficult time with some of the characters like Chopper and like that. What the fuck was the name of the big guy that was in charge on Drum Island, who was also
Wobble.
Yeah. They're gonna like him. His shape changing is going to be difficult to do too.
Dude. This has always been. Good night, Ariel. This is the only thing. Well, not the only thing. This is something that I have warned since season 1 last year. The devil fruits only get crazier and crazier and crazier and more out of this world with what they can do and what they will think, and also in terms of people's sizes. I mean, you see Moria now where you are. He is 5 times taller than Luffy, and you've seen
extremely fat.
You've seen Kuma, and you've seen Bartholomew Kuma. You've seen Kuma at this point, who is just everything he can do in his size. The characters only get bigger. Kaido, Big Mom, Whitebeard. These are titanic people in some cases. I don't know if I could call Whitebeard a person. I'm sorry, Kaido a person anymore. But these devils only get nuttier and nuttier, and I don't know if they can accurately do it and do them justice. That's been my fear since this whole thing started.
I'm curious. Some of these bigger guys, like Moria, right? Did eating the shadow fruit, did it make him retain water too? Is that why his ass is so dumpy?
I don't know. Moria was a little Moria. Moria sucks. I won't argue with that. Moria sucked. He was even in his final form, he still sucks.
There was a lot of build up to this guy, and everybody's afraid of him. And when they finally fucking show him full on instead of in shadow and all that stuff, he's got the dumbest goddamn laugh, and he looks like he looks like Grandpa Munster had fucking sex with a clown.
This is something that this is one thing that Oda does that I hate. I hate the weird laughs. I do hate the weird laughs, even though I would do all kinds of things to Perona. I hate her laugh. I hate all. Dude,
see, where Usopp's the only one who can take Perona's attacks because he's got such a negative personality or whatever.
Funny,
and I'm just like, funny. I'm like, so the black guy is facing down a bunch of dudes who look like they're wearing white sheets. They're trying to make him feel bad about himself. I was like, oh, this has got KKK written all over it.
Yeah, Oda's great. But I do hate the laughs, and the laughs only get dumber and dumber as other franchise goes on. It is one of those annoying little traits, but it's you never you learn to at least I learned to sort of tolerate it, but I do hate it. I always hate that. That's one little thing that I hate.
I fucking started on Alabasta with or not even that one, on Whiskey Peak with the dude with the guns in his hair.
Yeah. All right, we are over 3 hours, so we're past midnight, and in my continuing attempts to sleep like a more normal person, hey, it was only 4 o'clock when I went to bed yesterday, so baby steps. Anyway, all right, so let's I promised nerding out, and you guys got nerding out, so we got there. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. Devil, no get ranked this weekend because you're getting ready for the Vegas trip, right?
Yeah, we are doing we're doing Wrong Think on Wednesday, and it looks like we might do the pub. people sound like they might want to do one more episode of the pub before, but yeah, definitely no Get Ranked. I'm gonna be so busy on Sunday because I'm leaving Monday. So
Yep. And that being said, also there will be no Mellow Mondays next Monday because just about everybody is going. And no offense to Samuel, I can't start at 11:30 when you're first gonna get.
Yeah, no, I get it. I
Yeah.
get it.
I can't do that. So if my internet is working properly, maybe I'll stream a game. If not, then I hope everybody has a good Monday next week. All right, Samuel, you have anything going on this week?
We'll be back with Abyssal Musings on Friday, and if everybody else wants to do a pub that night, I'm down. If not, then I'll just go to bed early. And we'll be doing. Well, you kind of kidnapped Gal from us this weekend, but
I did
we
not
are
kidnap. She volunteered.
we are doing Screaming to the Void this weekend. We will
She'll
be back
probably
on
still be
YouTube
there
this
when-
weekend.
She'll get there when we're done. We only go for an hour. So she'll
Yeah, no,
probably
I'm just
still
fucking
go.
with you.
I know.
Yeah, she was just like, "Can I do it?" And I was like, "Why are you fucking asking me? Are you a grown ass woman? Make your own decisions." But we got to that last week. We were not on YouTube for Screaming Into the Void, but we did in fact have an episode. It is over on Rumble and Twitter. If you go to my YouTube page, to the community page, the direct links to both of those are up there. So if you missed it and you want to go check it out, we did it on those platforms because we was talking about Jews and Christ is King, and you know how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
So but we'll be back on YouTube this week for that. And I guess if Dermy wants to do a show tomorrow instead of play games with his little buddies,
he's gonna go spread democracy. He's pretty much made that clear.
Okay, well, in that case, I guess I'm not doing anything on his channel tomorrow, so don't worry about that.
I don't think I'm like 90% sure he's gonna go spread democracy tomorrow night.
Yeah,
90% sure.
So, but yeah, otherwise,
better than
if
some of the other
anything
stuff he
happens on-
spreads.
Oh
right?
God,
Spurpies.
Fucking termites.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. As for me, due to my current once again building internet, the wires are fucked. No gaming streams at the moment. If you want to hear my woes of Rebirth and when you're going to get the next recording, check out the beginning of the stream where I complained about that. So on the gaming channel, Renaissance Round Arcade, go subscribe to that, guys. Let's get that moving. Keep an eye out for recordings of Rebirth at the moment. As for here, at the moment, I'm going to cancel Natural 20 because if you can't see me on camera when it's just me and you, kind of defeats the purpose of the show. Therefore, at the moment, no Natural 20 this week, but stay tuned for other reviews, clips from other streams, and I'm going to try also do Avatar live action episode 4 review this week since I've got nothing on the plate until Fallout comes out on the 12th. Like Devil said, there's the weekend stuff. I'll be on Ballbusters as usual. And then, as Samuel alluded to, Saturday Night Drive-In, myself and Jed will be joined by Gal as we talk about The Fifth Element, the Lou Dallas multipass. We'll be enjoying that.
Big bada boom.
Bada big boom. And we're going to have a lot of fun with that because Jed's never seen it. Jed has never seen Fifth Element. So we have another potential situation where something we all find beloved.
He's gonna hate it.
Yeah.
Don't say that. I don't want him to hate it. I want him to like
Given his track record, dude.
Yeah. Every time there's something he hasn't seen and you love, for some reason he hates it.
But it's beloved stuff that we all love this stuff, and he just hates it, and it breaks my nerd heart when he hates something. And then it eventually leads to him making me watch 2001: A Space Odyssey, which I hate.
Yeah, I'll just spoil it for y'all right now out there in the chat. This coming weekend on Saturday Night Drive-In, Jed's gonna hate it. There you go.
That's why I'm glad.
Go watch it anyway. It'll be fun.
Gal's gonna be there to yell at him, which is gonna make it fun for me if he does hate it, because I know how to defend this movie. We already did a show on it once in the previous version of the drive-in show, and this is I'm redoing shows that I did with the previous co-host, because those are not existing anymore, and I don't want those movies like Fifth Element, like Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, like Dread, which are lost because he did that. I don't want his material on my channel anymore, so I will be revisiting that. And Fifth Element is one of those movies I want to revisit with Jed and others, because I didn't quite have an extensive network to bring people on at that point either. So I won't do that. So God damn it, I want him to like it, and I hope he does. It's a great movie. It's a fantastic movie. Anyway, so I just upgraded it to my Blu-ray, so I want to break it in, and I thought, what better way than to do for driving? And Jed said it was on his list of things to watch, so he wasn't exactly avoiding it. He was going to watch it at some point. Anyway, and then Sunday roundtable, 2 p.m. Eastern. We'll be back there for all the usual stuff, and then it's the Vegas week, which will be interesting in terms of when things happen. As I said, no Mellow Mondays next week. And if my connection is fixed up, no Natural 20. So we'll see how the Vegas week goes, although there probably will be drive-in and there will be roundtable because that's Fallout weekend. And I'm already setting up people to come in with people not being there. Anyway, all right. So thanks, God, everybody, whether you're in the chat, watching live on the replay. We appreciate everything you guys do. Links in the description below. Check out everybody across social media, and we will catch you guys later. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Not everybody.